Usually in Project Zomboid, you just settle down, find a place, and call it home. But what if I called the road home? In this challenge, I will be living on the road. Rules are, I'm not allowed to sleep in the same place twice. Besides from my car, of course. Obviously. Like, what? To find an actual working vehicle, though, is gonna be tough. So I had to pick the right traits. Burglar, to break in, speed demon, to go fast, and all this other crap. You know, whatever. I spawned in with my wife by my side. I checked what little supplies I had, and it's enough to keep a car going for a while. Found these amazing pants. They're pretty crap, though, I won't lie. I kinda look like a freak now. But it's alright. Anything to keep me alive. Since I would get dehydrated faster, I needed to find something that I could keep some water in. This beer bottle will do, though. My first steps outside, and I seen absolutely nothing. Until I seen something, of course. With the little space I had in a car, didn't want to keep, you know, someone around. So I commanded my wife to just walk in straight lines, back and forth. And that's where she would stay, for all eternity. Until, most likely, she would get eaten by these zombies, because they were heading right towards her. I knew this parking lot would have a great selection of vehicles. So, my first plan was to get all the zombies out of here. Of course, I'm super cracked and I'll never die, so I easily dodged these zombies. While walking, I noticed this amazing truck. It looked okay, and, well, little did I know I would be spending the next 50 years with this truck. I'm kind of an idiot and forgot to grab all these zombies, so I had to jump the fence and go get them. This was taking longer than expected, and I still haven't got all these zombies out. It's getting annoying at this point, but I continued on, hopefully losing them in these woods. The trees made great cover after all. Now, after all the zombies were gone, it was time to look at my ride. And she was okay. I mean, there was some problems, but it'll have to do. Then this stupid zombie showed up and, well, it was my first ever kill. Definitely not the last, though. I was feeling a bit tired, so I needed to hit the road, so I filled up my car. I only had a little bit of gas, so I decided it would be best if I salvaged what little I could. I found a duffel bag, though, and a helmet, making myself look even more stupider. I found this map and noticed there was writing on it, and pizza instantly caught my eye. And then noticed there was some more writing. Tools I left in the bathroom will give you a head start. Keep them out as long as you can. I love you. I love you too, whoever you are, random stranger. But I was more focused on the pizza. There was another map with some more writing on it. A stash of guns would always be helpful. I'd make sure to remember it. Another zombie pulled up, and this one had some fancy attire. So, I was gonna make it my own. Now looking like less of a moron, I gassed up my car a little bit more and threw all my junk in the back of it. I lit myself a smoke, and I looked at the map to see where I was gonna go first, and where that pizza was, and I found it. I hot-wired the vehicle, and it only took me the first try. I cranked the bad boy up, and we began our long journey. Roads are for losers, so I just ran straight through this field. I knew there was a house nearby, so I took this dirt road to go to it. It was becoming night after all. I'd arrived at the house. I didn't want to draw much attention right directly at the house, so I parked right here. Zombies could be lurking inside, so I made sure to be very careful. I attempted to open this window, but, well, it wouldn't open. But I'm a very stubborn man, so I kept trying, and trying, and trying. And it finally opened. Never give up, kids. I checked the perimeter, and we seemed to be safe, so I hopped in. Life and Living had to be on, so I immediately turned it on. I loved that show. I'd cleared the house, so I decided to read a book and watch Life and Living. I had myself a quick snack, and gathered what little I could, and I headed to sleep. It was now day 2. I couldn't stay in this house, so I needed to keep moving. I looked at my skills and noticed I'm crap at everything, except for mechanics, which I am crap at. I just have one thing in it, I guess. I fried up some fish and had myself some breakfast, and I sat down to watch TV. I wanted to wait until it was daytime. I opened the curtains to see, and, well, it was day enough. I knew there were some other houses nearby, so I checked them out to see if there's any loot I would need it on the road. This house looked empty, but it wasn't empty. There was a strange man looking out a window, so I bashed his brains in and took what little food he had. Actually, he had a decent bit. I broke into this building, stole a crowbar, and stole some jerry cans. I would need it on the road. I needed to hold a lot of gas for this journey after all. As I walked back to see if there was any more supplies, I heard a gunshot close by. I needed to hurry up, so I busted this thing open. Made sure to look around, cover myself, and I entered, where there was absolutely nothing of worth. I entered my truck, started the bad girl up, and continued on, finding another house. There was a few zombies nearby, but there were no hard challenge. I easily defeated them. Found a generator, which I don't know if it'll be useful. I mean, I know it won't be useful, because I'm living on the road. It looks like there was no one inside, but just in case, I wanted to check the other window, which there was somebody. I tried to open the door, but it was locked, of course. And this was also locked. I wanted to bait out the zombie, but he never came, and strangely, he disappeared. But I found him once again. He was just playing hide-and-go-seek. I closed the window behind me, and I was anxious at this point, so I had another smoke. I found this fanny pack and a blue pin. I checked if these cars had any gas, but of course they didn't. And no salvageable parts, except for the hood. And of course, the trunk was locked. And then this rude lady snuck up on me. But she got what she deserved. She had a holster though, so I'd take that. And some interesting undergarments. I was tired once again and I needed to find a house. I could sleep here, but I didn't want to. So instead I would make myself a cup of coffee. That'll wake me up. Another zombie vanquished. And another. But I needed to find another house, so I continued on. The original plan was to sleep in this house right up here, but you can see there was too many zombies. So the next one would have to do. I drove up, and by sheer luck I found a survivor house, or whatever they're called. I knew there was going to be good loot, so I vanquished every single zombie I could nearby. I wanted to make sure the place was clear, because I knew I was going to be transferring a lot of loot. I found this nice cowboy hat, and I preferred fashion over protection. I know, kinda dumb, but who cares? It was getting hard to kill zombies at this point. I knew I needed to fall asleep. But that's when a horde of zombies approached me. Weirdos. I killed them fast though. More came, like flies. But these guys were easy too. These barrels were completely full of fuel though, so that's amazing. And I was harassed by more zombies. And I kinda embarrassingly missed. It's okay. I was now exhausted and tired. I needed a place to sleep. And I got jump scared by this mofo. I let him out, and I think he was thankful. But I didn't care. I had myself another smoke, and went to bed. Day 3. I cleared the house and watched some Life and Living and read a book. It was now time to see what was in my survivor house. This would be a perfect house to stay in, but I had to hit the road. Which there was a zombie in here, but that would be okay. I can easily deal with one zombie, and I can deal with this stupid door. Turns out that one was 2. And then, don't mind me missing over and over and over and over. This house was loaded on food, but it was also loaded on gear. Tons of weapons galore. I found this big axe and I tried it out. I now had a nice supply of guns. And explosive rounds, but I didn't have anything to shoot the explosive rounds out of. My car was already getting stockpiled up, and I forgot to eat my mine. Wanting to fill up my car and my gas cans, I backed up. Cleared out a few more zombies. And a few more. I knew there was tons of food on the roads, and I needed space for all the guns, so I emptied out all I could until this bearded man showed up. He had a really nice beard. I filled up my truck, and noticed there was a refuel from pump when another zombie showed up. This would be a regular occurrence, after all. I wanted to see what was happening, and I don't know, maybe it was infinite gas, maybe it wasn't. I didn't care. All I cared about is now my truck was full. I made sure to fill up all the jerry cans, and I drove off. My truck was completely full, and I needed another place to sleep. But I couldn't stay in that place. I mean, I guess I could have slept in the survivor house, but that seemed too close. I noticed a little shed in the middle of this field, so it would be a perfect place to sleep. I mean, it was pretty close, but who cares? It's not the same place after all. It was still pretty close, and I wanted to be a little bit of a challenge, so I drove on. I know I couldn't fight any of these zombies, but I tried anyways. And failed, of course. I pulled out my gun, and my aiming sucked. So I gave up on that idea, plus it would probably just attract more. I ran up past them, passing this nice garden gnome. I entered the house. I know they would break in, so I decided to run upstairs and sneak. They were already breaking in. But who cares? I was more tired than scared. I tried to sleep, but not safe here. I wonder why. I figured this bathroom would be the safest, and I even put this chair in front of it. I sat on the floor with my gun by my side. I went to sleep with the sound of broken glass, praying that I wouldn't be mauled. It was now day 4. The door was broken on the house, and the zombies were most likely inside. There was a nice lady, though, just relaxing out here. I removed this chair from the door and got ready to fight, but there was nobody here. I guess they haven't found their way inside. Not wanting to deal with any zombies, I decided the best approach would be to jump out the window, and it was perfectly fine. I left that house, another day behind me. I guess this would be my life, driving house to house over and over and over. But you know, I would need a working car to do that, but my tire was now popped. Just great. I ate some peanut butter though, so that was cool. Trekked my vehicle, and I could hear a zombie approaching. Turns out it was 2. I was full rested, so they were easy to take down. Panic began to sink in when I could not start my vehicle. I thought I was fricked, but it started up. Found this general store, and it looks like a perfect place to sleep. And this guy had a nice bag, too. I was gonna enter this beef place, but I didn't really need food. That's when I found this deer man, though. I was getting overwhelmed, so I backed up. I was gonna use this place to kill them all easier. No trouble, though. I'm an expert. Kinda. The place was loaded up on food, but every place was. Then I found this fisherman's suit, and now it looked stupid again, but it was alright. There was a nice house up here, and this guy looks like he was a bit thirsty. I think one would have done, though. This was gonna be my house for tonight, but I had some time, so I catched up on some reading. I didn't want to sleep beside a zombie, so I grabbed his body and, well, only threw him outside. And I continued reading, until it was time to go to sleep. It was now day 5, and there was a really bad storm. Stay out there for long or I'd get sick. I wasn't allowed to sleep in the same place, but I could stay here for a bit longer. If I wanted to wait out the storm, I would need more reading material, but I kept my books all in the truck. The zombie came a-knocking, but I easily vanquished him. That truck probably attracted more zombies to my location, but it was alright. It's more focused on reading after all. And I could hear him breaking in, but who cared? I sure didn't. The storm raged on, and I hoped it would pass soon, but it lasted way longer than I thought it would. I got done with my book. I knew I needed to go. Somehow the water already was off, but since I'm always on the road, it didn't seem like a problem. Now I knew there was zombies downstairs, so like earlier, I jumped out. There was this kind lady though. She was very nice and very dead now. I stole her bar though. For no reason at all, I just wanted to kill a few more zombies. This guy had a large backpack though. Well, that was nice. I was gonna sleep at this gas station. Keyword was. Turns out there was a horde in there, and more were approaching. And then my car wouldn't start. Perfect timing, but it finally did. Now there was only a few zombies. I could take them on, right? I thought to myself. So I attempted to. I'm kind of an idiot for doing this, but, you know, who cares? These guys had guns and everything, so I wanted them. And then my tool broke. Awesome, I liked that thing too. But I was loaded up on weapons, and I tried to grab my machete, but I couldn't. I looped back around and tried again, and this time I was successful. There was a lot of them, and I was becoming panicked. And I noticed more were around. It'd be stupid to stay here any longer, because, there was at least 5 million. And even more showed up. This little gas station wasn't worth it. It was broken after all. I backed into this gas pump and drove off. It was becoming night, and I needed to find a place to sleep fast, or I'd be caught out. It was just me and the open road now. And then I almost crashed, and I came to a dead end. Great. Just my luck. With my knowledge of the map, I knew there was no houses on these back roads until only a bit away. I passed by that horde and ran into another one. But everything happens for a reason. If it wasn't for that horde, I never would have found my, well, trailer and this cool motorcycle. I took out the residence, and looked around to see if the horde was following me, and entered my new home. It was beat up, but it'd be okay. It didn't have a lot of room, but you know, I could make it work. I've already came a pretty long way. Here's where we were, and I decided to mark all the places I've already slept with this blue pin I found earlier. Some of the places I don't know why I marked them though, but it was okay. And of course I marked my trailer, and put this smiley face nearby. You could tell I was pretty happy finding it. I went to sleep, and now it was day 6. There was a little bit of water in the sink, and I decided to just work on my reloading skills for a bit. I did a little spin to check around. I was gonna go see if I could use this motorcycle, but I decided, nah, I'm just gonna go loot these houses. Then I decided, nah, I would rather that motorcycle. It was cool, but it wouldn't be practical. I still hotwired it anyways and checked what was going on. I checked out my RV and it was very beat up. I could repair it over time though, if I had the right skills. So I began getting the right skills. I hooked up my trailer. I was gonna go take the gas out of this motorcycle when this guy showed up. But it was just one guy, so I pushed him over and stomped him out. And with gasoline in my hand, I decided it'd be best to smoke right beside gas. Super smart. The motorcycle didn't have any gas in it, so I decided to check out these abandoned houses. I figured they didn't have any loot, and I was right. They didn't. At this point, it might be better if I just straight up replace my truck, but I'm not a sissy. I came across this police car. Most likely it had guns in it, so it's worth checking out. Of course, it was locked. With my luck, I broke the back window though. All I found was this box of shotgun shells. Found another truck, a fire truck. There was a bit of a horde, but I took them out. I found these nice new pants though, and that was cool. And I found this axe. There was this gas station, but I had enough gas already. And there was a few zombies. So it probably wasn't worth the trouble. I know I needed some supplies for my truck. I found this auto shop, but just like the gas station, there was more zombies. I needed to find a place to sleep soon, so I went to this parking lot. That's where my machete broke. I always carried a backup. I probably should have drove away at this point, found another place to sleep, but I decided this place is good enough, even though there was hundreds of them. As you can see. I lost them in the trailer park over here and continue running. It might have not been that smart to continue running like this though. I was gonna sleep here for the night, but there was still tons of zombies. I figured I could use these cars though as a way to sneak around. And then I was jump scared by a zombie. But it doesn't matter. I took them out quickly. And quickly, I mean slowly. There was too many zombies here, it wasn't worth the risk. So I stealthily sneaked by these guys and found this lady just sitting here. So I bashed her brains in. And I did the same for this one. I was super sleep deprived at this point and could barely kill one zombie. But while I was killing her, I noticed this perfect place to sleep. And, by luck has it, there was tons of guns. Like I said before, everything happens for a reason. I was now loaded up on guns. And I've came a far way. 6 days into it, and I'm pretty happy where I've came. And I've already been through a lot. I'm just glad I survived this far. I drew some death around and some money, because, you know, I'm rich now. In guns. And then I finally went to sleep, making it day 7. It was now day 7. I knew I had to face many challenges, and I was correct, but it was much nicer in the container, with a bit of a pause, knowing this would be my life forever, or at least until I die, but eventually I would have to go out. So I did. I was now fully rested, back to full strength, so these zombies really weren't much of a challenge. Especially that I had a good weapon, but man did I hate the fog. Because stuff like this happens, where just randomly you're trying to eat, snuck up on by a zombie. Of course he's dead now, but still. And then another one. My pack full of loot, I dumped it all in my boxes, inside the trailer. I made my way back to the container, making sure to pick up this bag of chips on the way by. After all, you can't forget about the chips. I decided it would be best if I waited out the fog. At least then, there would be no zombies sneaking up on me. Well, there would still be zombies sneaking up, but I could actually see them. Eventually, after a long time, it did go away. And now that it was gone, I was able to spot this guy. I began to move the loot from the back of my truck and my trailer, and for some reason, I decided it would be best to go to sleep. I was actually kind of very stupid, looking back on it now. Then a random little horde decided to say hi, so I decided to say hi back, but in a different fashion, of course. With all the energy I had now, I decided, why not? And I went on a mass murdering spree. There was even the blue guy from Among Us. A whole lot of killing later, I eventually made it into the auto shop, where, luck would have it, I found the right tire. I snuck out with a bit of equipment, and noticed a group of zombies nearby. I decided they were too close though, and killed them all. Plus, they were police officers. They might end up having loot. You would think the police officers would have a weapon, but it was the civilian that had a weapon. I really needed to trade cat's eyes to prevent stuff like this from happening. But I was a master after all. Now it was day 8. I had become severely wet, and I didn't want to catch a cold. So I took off all my clothes and did a little spin for you guys. With a little bit of a nap, I decided to hit the road again. I might have been one tire down, but that wasn't going to stop me. I knew there would be supplies in this warehouse, but there was a bit of zombies, as you can see. There were no challenge of a man of my skill. One by one, they all leaked in, and that was pretty easy to deal with. And hey, I leveled up. Eventually, I was becoming overwhelmed. They almost made a human sandwich out of me. Exhausted and tons of zombies on my back, I decided it would be best to go through this back door and get my energy back. I peeked out this window beside me and there was a bit of zombies. At this point, I had searched most of the warehouse when the zombies from outside, I guess, have broken in. Yeah, they definitely broke in. For some reason, this guy was just standing on top of one of his friends. And now he was dead though. And just wanting to take a bathroom break, I got jump scared by this man. I had to get my metalworking skills up, so I decided to tear down the bathroom. Or at least this one sink. It looked at me funny after all. Creeping outside, I was greeted by one lone zombie, and now one dead zombie. The mini horde was still here, and it would just be best if I drove off. So I did. Entering the parking lot of a bar, I noticed 3 nice vehicles. I could salvage the van and use the sports car to get around fast. I dealt with all the zombies and checked out the van. And I was correct. Everything was clean on it. And besides from the engine being a bit yellow, the Mustang was good too. My car, on the other hand, was banged up. I would need time to repair it. And I didn't even have the necessary skills. I gassed up my vehicle. I hotwired the car, knowing I could use it to get around. It did take me a few times, but eventually I did get it. I wish it wasn't yellow though, maybe like red or black or something. It looked to be like no one was in the bar, but as I crept down, I noticed a zombie passing by. Probably gonna have to deal with that later, so might as well make later now. Tired now, I grabbed a chair, threw it against the door, grabbed some food, put a box down for double protection, and went to sleep. Well, tried to went to sleep, and I kept on doing this, and then finally I went to sleep. Day 9. It was foggy once again, and I hate the fog, but I still decided to go out. I was gonna go raid the police station. One of the fine ladies there had a shotgun, so that was nice. And this fine gentleman decided to donate his firefighter's suit to me. That was awful kind of him. I had brought both of my gas cans with me because I knew there was a gas station nearby. And with both of them full, and in the back of my car, I decided to raid the gas station itself. I found 2 cigars and a whole lot of cigarettes, and I was extremely addicted, so they would help. While in the gas station though, a zombie had broken in. Now he was kind of being stupid. He was just walking into the window until he finally tried to break it. Noticing this water jug, I wanted it for myself, but there was a little space in the back of my car, so I just put it in the front seats. I knew there was guns in here, so I decided to start the long process of endlessly beating on this door until it broke, and it had a pretty decent selection of guns. Some ways away, there was a police car. Usually I would get lucky, but nothing was really in it, and zombies were swarming me. I did notice something in it, and I really wanted to check it out. And with my newfound shotgun and courage, I decided, why not, and lit off a few rounds. Looking back on this is actually kind of stupid. It was fun though, until I ran out of ammo, of course. In the back of the comp car was just a shell shotgun strap thingy, I don't know. Now 100 zombies were swarming me and I was thirsty and tired. So it'd be best if I made my way back. And this nice man was watching over my car for me. He looked like the gentleman from earlier though. Exactly T to T, but whatever. There was a small horde by my base, so I decided it'd be best if I didn't park my car close to it. I wasn't dumb after all. And while I was gone, a few pedestrians decided to move in. Super tired, I was starting to get overwhelmed, and I knew I couldn't face them all on. So I decided it'd be best if I go sneak around and find myself a better spot. But I sucked at sneaking, so I decided just to hop this fence. Sitting in this nice parking lot, I decided what I should do next. Knew I needed some place to sleep, and most of the places were swarmed with zombies. But I noticed this furry, and I had to do a world a favor and kill it. Turns out I'm not that great at the game, and I almost got bit. I'd have to be more careful in the future. This place would be good enough. I decided to grab a snack and noticed this closet. I stole this stool and went asleep, making it day 10. Jiggle peeking the door, no one had came in, and those 4 zombies had disappeared. I grabbed everything out of my sports car, unloaded it, and started the bad girl back up. Remember, I needed to find a specific book. So why not the school? I knew it had a library, but an alarm was going off. Just my luck. I didn't feel like doing that today, so I grabbed myself some food in the nearby convenience store, and I read up on a tutorial how to fix a car. I was just a burglar after all. I didn't know how to do jack shiz. And with the help of my toolbox that I had at the start of the game, I finally had 4 wheels again. Not wanting to be caught out again with a broken tire, I needed to replace all of them, make sure they were up to standards. My trailer is still in rough condition though, I'll need to get to that. A stray zombie wandered into my campsite, and it was taking me forever to kill him. So, it would be best if I went to sleep. And now, it was day 11. I loaded my shotgun and got ready for war. I needed that book to repair, so it was worth it. But of course the doors were locked, so I had to make a loop around. My aiming skills were crap, so might as well level it up a little. There was no zombies in front of the school, so I decided to make a dash for it. Made it inside and used this place as a chokehold. The zombies started swarming in fast, but I unloaded faster. Eventually I did have to make a tactical retreat to reload, but I was right back to it when I was. I was now leveling up pretty fast, but I was running out of ammo faster. Making sure to check my back for no other zombies, I realized I had led a horde right into these fine people's establishment. I knew I had to finish what I started, and out of bullets, there was only one way to do that. And another furry showed up, so I had to. See ya, furry. Well, I had painted the halls red now, and I asked these people if they wanted to join. But they refused. And naked grandma showed up. I don't know what she was doing here. I did try to search around, and I couldn't find the book. Of course, though. But I've got a lot of other books now, so I guess I'll be reading up. My trailer tires were in terrible condition, so I decided to switch them out. But I didn't check what type they were, so I removed this tire and tried to install it. But I couldn't. It would need a standard tire, not a sports tire or whatever. Which right over here, I seen a vehicle that could work. My gas can, and had something to eat while I was over here. I grabbed the vehicle, checked this map, and nothing was on it, and I changed the tires. Now my van was looking, well, a little better, you know. At least it had tires. I was anxious, so I took myself a smoke, and a little bit of a break. I knew it was going to be a long day ahead of me. I had to fix up my whole entire trailer after all. Not wanting bodies close to me, I decided to move these corpses. But after that, well, I got to work. Now you can watch me change a whole bunch of crap for 5 hours straight. I uninstalled everything in my trailer. One by one, very, very slowly, of course. But eventually, I was getting through. And as I was about done and ready to go to sleep again, a horde of zombies showed up. Awesome. And I wasn't even doing a whole lot of damage. But I was determined to kill them. So eventually, I did. Even though my tool was now broken, at least I was alive. And at least I had made it to day 12. On my trip to the school, I had found this zombie hit list. I could barely survive though, so I didn't think there was much of a chance of me actually filling this whole entire book. But there was some interesting faces in it. I was still an idiot and had to read all these books. But at least after I read them, I would be knowledged a little bit more. But there was tons and tons and tons of them. So literally the whole entire day was just reading books. And it was now day 13. And starting off with a bit of exercise in the dark, it was a good day. And turning on the lights, I realized I had a beard. Pretty good one too. I decided today I would go try to find my wife, even though she's most likely dead by now. But there was 2 hordes of zombies right next to the house. Probably my wife was in one of those hordes. I wanted to clean up myself, so I ran in a random house. And in a child's room was a full-grown man. But I eventually did clean up myself. I don't know if cleaning yourself is worth it in this game though, because right when I do, I instantly fight more zombies, thus becoming more bloody and dirty again. I'd cleared out both these houses. Absolutely nothing good was in them. Just food and random crap. And then this fat man tried to have me for dinner. But that wasn't even the strangest thing. For after that, I found these 2 naked men inside of a house. I wonder what they were doing in there. Their jeans were on the bed and everything. That was weird. But there was a broken window here. Maybe a zombie was inside of this house, but the glass was facing inwards, so someone would have to break in. And then I found another old crazy grandma. Naked too. Wait, Grandma! Don't go in there! I tried to warn her, but she answered. It's been a while since I had the company, so I asked if she wanted to join my group. And she accepted. But then I changed my mind and dismissed her. And we went our separate ways. Solo life was better for me after all. I was tired and so I made my way back. And I found this zombie. I attempted to catch up with him and he just kept running away. And I didn't want to follow him into the woods. Maybe this zombie was smarter than the rest, trying to trap me or some crap. Maybe they set up an ambush. I didn't know. I wasn't gonna follow him though. Frick that. But I finally went to sleep, making it day 14. If you want to watch part 1, it is down in the description. Now, I hope you have a great day. Enjoy. It was day 14, and my trailer still needed many repairs. But to even do them in the first place, I would have to be skilled at metalworking. So, I visited my old house and completely destroyed the bathroom. Just like that one night after Taco Bell. I met my neighbor Jerry and, well, he looks pretty good, being a zombie and all. And I realized this whole entire time there was a trailer right in the town I've been staying in. But I still had a job to do, and I already had a trailer. So I demolished more bathrooms. And cleaned up while I was there. The trailer, though, it was no better than my own. And I actually liked my own, so I just left it there. And continued destroying bathrooms. Already my blowtorch was out of energy. And so I was gonna do the next best thing. And watch a whole bunch of TV movies about metalworking. But that's when I noticed a horde of zombies too close to where I was staying. I knew there was a local VHS store in town, and, you know, the town is covered in zombies, so I had to be stealthy. Of course, I'm not stealthy, though, and I attracted them all, or at least this little group. There was a lot of VHSs, and I knew I needed some food. But luckily, there was the best food known to mankind, candy. So I took some of that and began my search for the right VHS. And I'll be dead honest, I had no idea what I was grabbing. There was windows in the front of the shop and zombies could easily see me. So I took this TV and put it in the back, bracing it up against the door so no zombies could enter. Cause zombies totally know how to open doors now. I sat down in a chair and watched one movie, but it was already dark. So I went to sleep, making it day 15. I knew this was going to take a bit of time watching all these movies. But it can't be that long, right? Probably just 1 hour. Okay, maybe 2. Okay, maybe 3. Okay, maybe 4. Okay, well, maybe... Okay, 6. Okay, 7. Okay, 8. Okay, 9. At least I took a bathroom break, though. Of course, I destroyed it right after. Well, it only took 2 million hours. And at least I knew a whole bunch of crap now. There was a horde of zombies, and once again I tried to sneak past them, but once again, I'm not stealthy. So I made a break for it. And like an idiot, I got stuck on the front of the car. But I made my way in and drove off. With not much left in the day, I knew I needed another place to sleep. And this white car seemed perfect. But as I started to read a book, I got stuck somehow. I don't know how, but I just couldn't do anything. But eventually I got out and I fell asleep, making it day 16. Making sure I got done with this book so I could get the juicy XP boost, I decided to completely demolish this car. And so I did. With the car stripped, I had all the skills I needed. I just needed a book so I could actually remove the parts I needed to remove on my truck or whatever. But who knew stripping cars took so long? So I decided to go to sleep in my old house, making it day 17. I'll be dead honest, when I exited my room and seen how dark it was, I got scared. But eventually I did win out. And then when I jumped this fence, I accidentally left my toolbox behind. I'm not dumb, I'm just dumb. At this point, time started to fly, it felt like at least, and I still didn't have the book I needed. So I gassed up my hot rod and, well, noticed there was tons of black lines everywhere. But maybe it was just a glitch that would fix itself. Well, this series is called Living on the Road, so I decided to hit the road. Maybe I could find the book on the road. I don't know, man. I just drew for 5 hours. This is what my life was gonna be forever. And I was perfectly fine with that. The road was super relaxing, until it wasn't. Look, that's not my bad driving. My vehicle doesn't have brakes anymore, and it's very slippery. Or whatever. But I guess this is where my engine problems started. Yeah, this totally wouldn't freak me up in the future. Wanting to get off the main road and find some houses, I pulled off in this gravel road. I passed by a crashed car and stopped at this lovely house. It was completely clear and it was beautiful. So I had myself a bite and I was gonna stay here, even though I still had a long time. There was this nearby shed and I wanted to see what was in it. But kids, you must stay always constantly aware in Project Zomboid. For if you leave your guard down for 1 second, this could happen. Son of a beep almost got me too. But I wasn't gonna go down that easily. Frickin' loser. After that, I needed to take out my anger on a bathroom. After all, I was racist towards them. I'm coming for you next, Sink. Needing to get my sprinting skills up, I ran to that car crash. Absolutely nothing was in it, except for a few matches. I loved these backwoods because there was not a lot of zombies. Just a bit. But I still didn't want to deal with them, so I ran away. But I decided to come back. Still needing my mechanic skills up, I stripped the car. I'd become good at stripping cars. Now I only needed to become good at stripping women. I mean, what? A long hard day of work, I rested my toolbox on this table and ate me some food. I didn't want any peeping toms looking in the window, of course, so I closed the curtains and fell asleep, making it day 18. It was lightly foggy, and I was out. I needed another place to sleep, after all. I was considering one of these houses nearby, and I cleared out the place. Nothing of use was in them, though, of course, except for a roll of duct tape. It was just in the morning, though, so I wanted to keep exploring. Until a horde randomly showed up. And I'll be dead honest, you see that guy with the thing on his back? I thought that was a katana, and I really wanted one. So, for some stupid reason, I got out of my car and punched the guy in his face. Like, I don't know what I was thinking here. Yeah, I got myself into a predicament, and the little horde turned into a lot more than a little. So I was out of there. And somehow, zombies were swarming all over the place now. I wanted that katana, so I loaded my gun, and even these guys started to show up. Like, where did these guys come from? It was so peaceful, but now it wasn't. The dead was crawling all over the place, and I knew I couldn't sleep here. But, like I said, I still wanted that katana. And it was going to be difficult. But hey, I unloaded on them and missed 99% of my shots. Because like I said before, I'm a terrible shot. But switching to an LMG, things went much smoother. And I was able to drop the person that had the katana. I enjoyed wasting bullets though. I found it rather soothing. I'm sure the zombies didn't though. I looped back around and this is when I noticed it wasn't a katana. And I figured this was just a waste of time. But of course, my truck wouldn't start, so I had to bail. Awesome. Just awesome. I should have just looped back around and tried again. But I wanted to get my shooting up, so I did. I needed a place to sleep, so I continued driving. I only had a few hours left in the day after all. More like 5. But yeah, a few hours. I made it down the road and there was this bridge. It could be a good place to sleep, but I'll be honest, I didn't want to deal with the zombies. I noticed this house in a little gated community, but there was a bit of people around, and even Uncle Sam was there for some reason. And I think the neighbors had a case of the munchies. I decided I didn't have much time left in the day, so I pulled in, almost crashing. This house looked too big for my taste, so I decided to hit this back road. And that's where I found this lady. But she scared me, because she had a red name. I'm not racist. At this point, I was hungry and exhausted, and zombies started swarming me. But with sheer determination, I killed them all. Well, all except for this guy, but he was still dead. And this woman, I guess. But she was now dead. I guess I'm gonna be sleeping here tonight. And this guy. But she was now dead. Okay, calm down. And hey, I found me a shotgun too. Maybe I can be stupid and attract more zombies to my location. I marked my road and planned my journey. And you could tell my mentality was very down. But it was getting late, and I decided to go to sleep, making it day 19. The house was completely clear, and there wasn't much in the house, except for an ammo box that had no ammo in it. Of course, still haven't found the book I needed, but at least I could always kill some zombies. That was always fun after all. I've seen the lady again, Emma. And I'll remind you guys once again, always stay on your guard. What I've learned is most of the reason why people die in this game is they think they're safe when they're not. My pickaxe was broken at this point, so I had to say goodbye to an old friend. And hello to a new one. Hopefully this crowbar will serve me well. Now Emma didn't look so nice, mainly because of her red name. And this guy didn't look so nice, mainly because, well, he was dead. She began walking up to me holding a knife. Maybe she just wanted to play tag, but I wasn't gonna figure it out. I pointed my gun at her to stop, and it looks like she raised her hands. So I tried again, but she kept on just coming and coming. She was starting to freak me out. I think she had a little crush on me or something, because she just kept following me. And I was hoping she would stop, but she just wouldn't. She was now dealing with a few zombies, so I decided it was a perfect opportunity to run away. And then crazy psycho Beep started chasing me. Wanting to loot the nearby houses, I did. There's a few zombies in this house, and there was this guy. I think he just wanted to go to the bathroom, though. Poor guy, that's all he knew in life. I did find a little pistol, but I'm stuck at aiming, so it doesn't even matter. I passed by the lady, now on the other side of the fence, and there was this blade of grass that looked shiny, and it was absolutely nothing. They had cleared out a few of these houses already. They must have been here for a couple days. But they still left a few zombies behind, so I guess I would deal with it. Then I made one mistake, and everything began to crumble down. I could see the end, and it could see me. But what I've learned is, just say no to death. Duh. And I found me a new shotgun. Nice. There was tons of bodies outside of this house, so I guess this was their house. Maybe. But as I entered, I heard the sound of, well, someone getting it on upstairs. And not wanting to deal with that, I insta-backed out. Not today. Not today. I cleaned myself up and I wanted some water, so of course I used the toilet to get it. Yummy after all. But now, it was day 20. I woke up at 3. So I took a few sleeping tablets and went back to sleep. making sure to put my shotgun at my feet just in case. Since the NPCs were rude to me, I was gonna go blow their brains out. I mean, I can't say that. Since the NPCs were rude to me, I was gonna go tickle them. Nope, sound like a pedophile. You know what, I don't care, keep it in. But they seem friendly now and just raised their hands up, so I decided not to. At least this one seemed friendly. I was gonna go find Emma or whatever her name was, but I found her bandana on the floor. Maybe she was gone. So I began to walk off, but I caught a glimpse of her. She did have a bag, and she was rude to me before. And now I had a shotgun. And not being scared, I asked for her loot. And she didn't give it to me. So I asked for it again, and she didn't give it to me. I was a nice man, and I'll be honest, I was tempted to pull the trigger here, but I couldn't do it. So I told her to scram. Turns out, somehow, I had found the book I needed, so now I could repair my vehicle. And back in Riverside was all the parts I needed. So I decided to hit the road, and this tree, crashing right into a group of zombies. Great. Just great. But I wasn't too worried, so I just easily killed these zombies. But, again, I'm not the brightest person. Where a few zombies turned into a few more, and I ran out of ammo. And all my ammo was in the trunk. At this point, I was anxious and my lighter was out of fuel. And everything I needed was back in the car, so I made a break for it. It would be worth it if I could make it to my vehicle. But, like me, my vehicle was surrounded by the dead. Not wanting to take that risk, I decided to loop back, lose them in these woods. So I did. I needed to take a break because I was super exhausted. I could barely kill one zombie, let alone 100. I began panicking because I didn't have a lighter, and I was extremely addicted to smoking. But eventually, I did find one. But now I could put my ever-growing desire to rest. And put myself to rest. Making it day 21. Now, I usually would end off here since it's been a week already. But I decided why not, and kept going. When eventually I did wake up, I woke up to someone chatting outside. I wanted to go see what's up and noticed there was a broken window now. And exiting the house, I was instantly jumped by the woman again. Crazy psycho. Sick of her, I decided to pull out my shotgun and light myself a cigar. I was nice, but I was done with her at this point, so I just got her a couple times. You know, it really couldn't hurt. She wasn't following me anymore, so that was good. I attempted to go back to my car, killing a few zombies on the road. But I noticed I became instantly exhausted. I wonder why. Might as well eat a whole jar of peanut butter. Maybe that would get me my energy back up. I didn't want to become too exhausted, so I was going to lead these zombies to the woman. And so I did. She can deal with them. I decided to go take a break and read. I was now energized, so I peeked out the window, and I saw a zombie passing by and heading into the woods. Probably heading straight towards the woman. Interesting. But I didn't care. I just sat back down and ate some more food. A whole entire box of cereal, actually. The woman was now getting harassed by a bunch of zombies, and I decided it'd be perfect to run off. But these fatties swarmed me, and were trying to eat me, so I led them again to the woman. And she was walking extremely slow now, so she was probably injured. And she ran off. Where you going, lady? Oh, shoot. They're coming for me. I decided to jump the fence and head back to my car, when that's where I noticed this man just crawling. I stomped out the zombies and became tired once again. I didn't know what the frick was going on until I knew. I had become extremely overweight. Hey, what can I say? I was hungry. I gassed up the vehicle a little bit and drove off. See you later, place. I was glad to be finally out of that dump, and I passed by a police barricade. But there was too many, and I was too fat to deal with it. And so I accidentally drove into a town. I might have actually stayed here, but the lag I had, well, it deterred me away, and I left. With that town behind me, I needed to head to Riverside. But I found another police barricade, and decided to kill them all. And they had a bit of loot. Not really. They had zero, actually, except for these leather gloves. I decided this would be a perfect place to sleep for the night. It was only a few hours away, but I wanted to catch up on some reading. And I was slowly running out of water, but it was okay. Who cared? But I went to sleep to the rain, making it day 22. Well, I went asleep to the rain and I woke up to the rain. I was still morbidly obese and, well, climbing. Great. Maybe I should stop reading books and get off my... Today looks like a beautiful day, like every day. And it was time to hit the road. I don't know how I was not getting wet though, because, well, my thing was wide open. As in windshield was wide open. Because it didn't happen. Also, is it just me or is there a few more zombies than usual? Ah, my old friend, the parking lot. I'm just here for a bit of repairs and I'll be gone. I was a bit hungry and wanted to get out of the rain, so I did. And I read a book. Of course, I needed my metalworking skills up, so I demolished this toilet. Then it didn't demolish. I don't care, I demolished it again. I looked through my supplies and noticed I am an idiot, and somewhere on the road I had left my toolbox with all my tools inside. So I would need to go to the local hardware store and, well, get me some new tools. And with my old pal the Mustang, or whatever this car was, we headed there. Of course, there was some zombies, but I'm sure they wouldn't be a problem. Before I started the slang, I smoked myself a nice cigarette, and, well, I got to it. Oh wait, I left all my guns back at my trailer. So I had to loop back around and narrowly escaped them. But it was becoming night, so I decided to just go back to the gay people house and sleep there. But with zombies swarming me, I was exhausted, wet, thirsty, and hungry all at the same time. At least I wasn't hungry anymore, but I was still dying of dehydration. But I remembered there was a water jug over here, so free water. The gay house was too gay for me, and I decided to go to sleep here. But this random zombie approached me, and I narrowly made it out. That was a close one. But I had to deal with another one. Awesome. And then another one was coming. I dealt with her though. And I decided to go to sleep. But for some reason, it was not safe here. I don't know why I killed all the zombies. So, yeah. But I had this chair, and it would have to do. I didn't know where else to sleep. Waking up, I took my daily vitamins so I can, you know, not be fat anymore. And hey, at least I wasn't gaining any more pounds. So that was good. After last night, I realized the crowbar I was using wasn't good enough, so I switched it out. And with a shotgun in my hand and tons of ammunition on my back, I went to town and crashed. I'm amazing at driving. I had tons of bullets and might as well get my aiming skills up some more. You know how it is. Plus, can you really blame me? It's fun shooting all these zombies after all. Yeah. I waste bullets a lot, but who cares, you know what I mean? Plus, I was getting my aiming skill up, which I did. Now I can shoot them a little better. Awesome. But I needed to hold my ground here, so I did. No matter how close they got, I just mowed them down, until I was empty. Great. I'm pretty sure this is the biggest fight I've ever fought in, so mark it in the history books or whatever. You gotta love America and all her bullets. Well, never mind. I ran out of bullets, and there was still a lot on my tail. But hey, I found another survivor house. I'd have to remember that and check it later. Excuse me, ladies. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna drive off. I'm sure you guys know how it is. Lady always flocking to you. Well, a whole lot of shooting gets a man tired, and I figured here would be the best place, seeing how I can't really sleep in the same place twice. But I went and got me a snack because I was feeling a little hungry and went to sleep, making it day 24. Well, I packed up a bit more ammo and, well, I was back to finish the job I started. These obese people always taking up more bullets. Unlike these skinny people that only take a few. And hey, now they were all dead. Awesome. Of course the door was locked, so I used other means of entry. I stole what I needed, then realized I was missing a jack. But luckily for me, I knew where one was. Yeah, lady, you're really gonna kill me without an arm. I don't know why this guy was close to my base. I visited the car I completely destroyed and had a bite of food. I don't know why, I just did. I really didn't want to go all the way to just get that jack, so I made sure and double checked. Of course, there was nothing, but I found this firefighter truck or whatever, and it had a nice hack. I kind of look ugly now, but it was protection. And I found this radio. I could probably put it in my trailer. It looked nice. Then, I found this. She wasn't perfect. She wasn't terrible, but dang was she an upgrade. I just needed a gas can, and I found one. But it was getting late, so I decided to wash up and go to sleep in one of the neighboring houses, making it day 25. It was a shame I had to leave the Mustang behind. I guess I could have hauled it back, but I wasn't really thinking. I found me a new toy. Wasting no time, I grabbed everything out of my truck and sorted it into my new truck. Then this person showed up. Rude. And then another. It was nice to have visitors, I guess. Then, as I danced, I took a screenshot. So why not? And then, while I was taking that screenshot, I noticed this zombie. I'm sure I could find the jack on the road, though. But then I realized I had left all my tools behind. Awesome. Not wanting to make the same mistake, I went back this time and grabbed them. Then I had a few more visitors. Strange, never had this many visitors before. But it didn't matter, because I found me a new place to sleep. Oh hey look, another generator. I still had no use for it, and this house looked pretty good to sleep in for the night, and I decided to practice my reloading skills. And looking at that, it seemed pretty sus. I promise I wasn't doing that one thing. But I went to sleep, making it day 26. I decided I needed some decoration in my trailer, and this American flag will do. I hated traveling in the dark, but I didn't want to waste any time. But I was realizing over time that my humongous new truck was attracting more zombies than I could handle right now. Oh hey Uncle Sam, like I was saying though. So, not caring anymore, I just drove back and ran through everything. Zombies just started flocking in, making a mess of my place. And another one showed up. And another one, and another one, and another one. Yeah, I need my old truck back. Sorry for abandoning you, girl. Then I tried to go get a snack, and this person was also getting a snack. So I did the nicest thing, and I didn't kill her. Trust. I'd sorted everything back into my original truck, and I wanted to go get my Mustang back. And stop by the survivor house. But I had no way inside, cause I'm an idiot and forgot some things. I did hear some zombies inside, and I figured they would break themselves out if I made a bit of noise and drawed them out. Well, turns out I didn't bring enough ammo again. So I made it to my Mustang, and I realized I'd siphoned all the gas. It was late, so I ran away to this burger shop, or whatever this was, killed one of the workers, and, well, this would be perfect place, I guess. The zombies were knocking on the doors, but who cared? Don't you guys love sleeping on chairs? I sure do. But I realized this office had a comfier chair than this wooden chair, but not wanting to be eaten in my sleep though, I knew this zombie was right outside. So I dealt with him, as any person would. I'd barricaded myself in just in case, and went to sleep, making it day 27. Hey, why is this middle-aged dad in the hallway? Get on the floor. I said, get... Mother, don't you... Okay, that was a close one. I win. Yo! I found his wife. But I win again. No need to worry. With my newfound energy, I vanquished every single zombie that tried to kill me earlier. But I had the high thirst trait, and I needed some more water. And my canteen magically disappeared. Awesome. Looting the house, I noticed some people jumping through windows. And they almost got me. Well, not really, I'm super skilled, but I dealt with it, don't worry. I was still super fat, so I was already out of energy, and I decided to take a rest, and I became thirsty again. Well, as I expected, the zombies had broken down the door for me, and that was very nice of them. But I didn't really need them to break down this door, so I just killed them. Turns out, there was absolutely jack all in that building. So, like the past few days, I grabbed a snack at the convenience store, and not so conveniently, these zombies showed up. But I did find a new weapon, so I wanted to test it out, and it was okay. Yes. This time, I needed to get a jerry can to get my Mustang back. Look at this. Terrible. All these zombies have ruined my parking lot with their blood. The power was still, so I stole all the gas I could. It was now full, and, well, if I ran just a few seconds, I'd be out of energy. So I had a slow walk with the rest of the way, and, well, there was only a few zombies chasing me. But I made it. I gassed up my Mustang, and, well, I still needed the jack. So, I decided to take a trip in the Mustang, passing by a big group. Then, kids, this is why we don't go on our phones while driving. Yeah, my engine was not red, so that was bad, and the jack was, of course, surrounded. Great. But even though I was surrounded too, there was no problem too big for me to handle. Plus, me and my character were super cool with it. We weren't panicking at all. I jumped out of my vehicle like the epic action hero movie star I am. I stole the jack super smoothly and made it back into my... Never mind. Okay, well, don't mind how I got back. I just did. My poor baby was super bruised and, well, repairing her would probably take all day. Which it did. I decided now the gay house probably had its gay wore off. But I don't know why the gay house was attracting a few zombies. I was super tired and didn't want to deal with them. Of course I had to. I brought this chair into the bathroom though, because, well, I wasn't gonna sleep in that bed. You could probably guess what happened in that bed, and no thanks. The door was locked though, and I couldn't really close it. So I had to re-pick up the couch, close the door, and put it back down. Aside from that, you know, the sleeping wasn't that bad. But it was night time, so I went asleep, making it day 29. Everything on my vehicle is up to standards now, and I just needed to change my gas tank. And you're probably wondering where I got the parts from. I just stole it off of the big rig. Well, sorry for abandoning you, girl. I hooked up my trailer and drove off. And hey, I ran into Uncle Sam again. Great guy. Well, I was in the area and I knew there was some fuel over here, so I decided why not. I killed the local people and there was a gun there. Awesome. But I refueled, that was the main reason why I got here. The gun was just an extra. I don't know why I left it behind in the first place. These crates would store more than my stupid little boxes would, so I took one. Well, there was two, but I accidentally broke it. But I put it in my trailer. And this trailer was a mess. But while I was in my trailer and it was late, I decided to go to sleep, making it day 30. Before this video begins, I would like to warn you, this is number 5 in this series. If you want to go see number 1, it is down in the description. Adios. But hey, this TV looked cool, so I took it too. Then with the TV in my hands, I guess my loud stomping had attracted a few zombies. Remember, I am fat. So I dropped the TV and I dealt with them as any man would. Since I am so skilled, I one-shotted all of them. And it was now time to decorize my trailer. It was looking a little better. Even though it was almost 8 and I had the rest of the day, I figured this place would make a pretty good stop. I almost died from one of these, so I proceeded with caution and I killed the zombie that was inside. I figured I could repair my engine a little bit, so I pulled it inside this garage to get it out of the rain and get me out of the rain. Then going to get my tools, I set up my new radio and got my tools. But I was extremely stupid and couldn't figure out I needed the wrench in my inventory, so I decided to clear out the house instead. Which, it was actually completely clear, except for this lady. I swear, what is it with zombies and staying in bathrooms? The reason why I really wanted to stop was so I could exercise freely. I knew I was going to be out of energy once I did exercise, so I couldn't really fight any zombies. But for the rest of the day, I exercised and exercised. Until it was finally time to go to sleep. Then I accidentally walked into this closet. It don't really matter though, don't make fun of me. But I went asleep, making it day 31. I survived for a pretty long time already, and we actually made it a month in. I wouldn't figure I would last this long. There was a few barrels in the garage, and I knew I could store tons of fuel in them. Then I tried to shimmy my way by, but I'm too fat. I threw the barrel inside my trailer, and technically I could store all the gas I ever needed. But I don't know, it seems too easy having this much fuel. Maybe I would get rid of it, maybe I wouldn't. I don't know. Maybe you guys should tell me. Then, while I was transporting fuel over, this zombie popped in. That would have been bad if I didn't realize sooner. But I killed him, and filled up the barrel. Well, I stayed here for a day, so I decided it'd be best if I get going. Then I accidentally hit this, knocking over a zombie. That was funny. But my main reason for going this way is I knew there was an antique oven, or whatever they're called. So I found one and stole it for myself. I knew when it came winter, I actually needed a way to warm up. and this would be my way. My trailer was looking pretty good now. It still needed some work, but it looks pretty good. I noticed this house and it looked extremely clean for some reason. There was no zombies around, so I decided to sleep here for the night. But it had a few things I wanted, like that deer head. Now my base was looking even cooler. Absolutely nothing I wanted, except for this would make a pretty good weapon if my axe ever broke. I stole a little bit of food inside and put it in my trailer. You always need food after all. But for the rest of the day, I read my book and went to sleep. Making it day 32. There's no time to waste, so I was back on the road. I'd probably be saying that a lot, actually. I was in the area and I made sure to stop at the local gun store. And with my new SMG, I mowed down the people. It was a pretty good gun, but it really couldn't hold a lot of ammo. Only 15 rounds like a pistol. But no, I wasn't gonna complain. It did its job amazingly. The doors were locked, of course, so while I was getting my crowbar out, a zombie jump scared me. That's a little rude, don't you guys think? Well, no one does that to me, so I chopped off her head. Before I started hauling in all the loot, I wanted to get in this back room. So, like last time, you guys can watch me hammering over and over and over. Of course, no door too strong, no door too, I don't know. I just got in eventually. I attracted a zombie and he was now knocking. So I decided to answer. And turns out it was a whole caroling group. Awesome. And this guy needs to lay off the cheeseburgers. There was still many zombies inside, so I had to get rid of them. Freaking weirdos. They're kind of retarded though. Don't know why they're trying to go through the window. They lined themselves up pretty good, and I just gunned them down. Well, I had ammo for days now. And this stuff was weighing me down. So I wanted to get rid of some ammo, but I was gonna do it in a funner way. And I didn't really like rifles. Yeah, they were powerful, but they caused too much noise. But it was close to nighttime, so I spent the rest of my day exercising and eventually going to sleep. Making it day 33. Oh, the first shot was fired, and I missed. And the second I missed too. But I got the third at least. Oh, this is why I don't really like rifles. You can see a horde was coming in. I guess my SMG was more quiet than I thought. There's now time to waste some of this ammunition now. I don't know if I have enough for all of them though. Yeah, 100% not. And the bad news is there were so many of them, I would miss 99% of my shots. It's okay. There was just a few zombies though. Nothing I couldn't handle, right? Right? Okay, well, it was becoming too much at this point. But I still had some more ammo, and I had to prove my dominance. I've probably only taken out like, 10, though. 99% of the shots I would miss. Maybe I wasn't skilled enough for the rifle yet, so I switched to my handgun. And it did just the same. Couldn't kill anyone. I decided at this point it would be best if I got out of Dodge. So I waved the crowd goodbye and I drove off. Also, since I exercised yesterday, I was in severe pain. So the pain plus fear made me a terrible shot. And I was gonna camp here to get off the pain, but a few too many zombies showed up. So I used my gun to distract them, got in my car and left. This place would have to do though. There was no zombies in sight except for that one. I ran over a few zombies and my hood did not like that, so I'd have to repair it. I'd taken a few painkillers and the pain was definitely going down a lot and I could feel it kicking in. But I decided I had enough of that rifle, so I put her away for another day. And I was running out of water. I drank more water than a horse on a hot desert day. But luckily I had a little bowl, so I poured it into my canteen and it would have to do. There's no reason to keep going. I could sleep here for the night. But I had a bag of shotgun shells and I opened them. 250 bullets. That's a whole lot of shells. But I couldn't load a single one into my shotgun. Awesome. But hey, I remembered I had a water jug. So that was actually awesome. For some reason, when I poured it into my canteen, it disappeared. So I did it again and it actually worked. Well, it was now late. So I had myself a smoke, loaded my gun, and headed to sleep. making it day 34. For some reason, I have noticed that it rains a lot. For some reason, I don't know why it rains this much. I passed by my old aim training buddies and headed down the road. Got a little hungry, so I made myself a pit stop, and a zombie came too close, so I had to go down a little bit. And while I was eating, this zombie came close also. I knew most likely I would have to fight another horde, so I wanted a Molotov to throw it in there and watch him burn. So I needed to gather up all the materials I needed. I figured this alcohol wasn't going to do the trick, but I probably had something in the back. Next I would need cloth, and these zombies looked like they would donate their clothes to me. Zombies are nice, right? Yeah, see, I told you they were nice. So I stole his clothes, borrowed his clothes. Then driving down the road a little bit, I noticed another herd, and there was a survivor zombie. I made sure to take a good look at what he had. Last time I didn't do that, well, you guys know. I wasn't in pain, and I wasn't too fearful of this little group, so I took them out pretty easily. But the naked women kind of, caught me off guard, so I missed a little bit. But my good old reliable axe was always there. I'm glad I stopped, because this girl had 25 shotgun shells, and a sawed-off shotgun. Of course, she also had a bit of food and more shotgun shells. I knew there was a little town down the road, so I decided to go there. And hey, don't judge me. The roads are slick, okay? It's not my fault. I was lagging. Yep. Don't worry. Eventually, like I was saying, eventually I will get good at driving. Just not anytime soon. I made it to the town, and there was actually a person here. I haven't seen a living person for, well, ever. I got out, immediately wanting to help her. So I attempted to, and with a full magazine, I only killed 2 of them. Well, this was gonna be tough. She had now got herself surrounded, and she was a moron. She ran into this zombie, then ran back, then ran that way. I don't know what she was doing. All I knew was there was zombies on my tail, and all the guns I had were back in my truck, which it was surrounded. So I led them over here. Took down a few more zombies. That guy had a nice coat. And just a few more. Almost got grabbed in the process. But with my last shot, this guy, well, he ate it. Now out of bullets, I got back into my vehicle and drove off. I ate a little snack down the road, and I was finally now losing weight. I'm still obese though. It was not late, but I found these yellow shotgun shells, and I couldn't use them either. So I went to sleep, making it day 35. Today, it was foggy, and I hate the fog. Like that was gonna stop me though. I grabbed the gun I used weeks ago and all of its ammunition. Might as well practice reloading while I'm here. Eventually, the fog looked like it receded enough, so I loaded my gun and exited my trailer. Turns out the fog hadn't disappeared enough. I'm sure when I go down the road, it'll be gone. And it was. My hood definitely was a bit bruised now, if you guys can't tell. But don't worry, I won't crash ever again. Really? Oh hey look, it's the horde I left behind. Man, what is it with zombies and loving me? Well, bad for them, I didn't love them back. So, it was time to mow them all. Plus, this ammo was taking up so much space, who cares if I was, wasting it all. Plus, it's rather soothing listening to the gunfire. Just pleasant to the ears, like, you could probably fall asleep with this. But of course, there was a downside to all of it. I would shoot for 3 seconds, and reload for 3 minutes. But it was worth it for those 3 seconds, don't get me wrong. And hey, one of those nasty little critters had a pair of sunglasses. They were mine now, but I was most likely never gonna use them. They sure did do a number on this gas station, and I was hungry, so I took me a break and ate me some food and drank me some water. I reloaded my gun a little bit, thinking I was done, until I noticed the group. Come on, man. I was gonna go chop down some trees. But, gun versus zombie, I think gun wins every time. Well, all that zombie killing has worn me out, and it was late, so I decided to go to sleep, making it day 36. And waking up that morning, it was delightful, because I could finally make that Molotov. And since I was morbidly obese, I exercised. After that nice workout, I was gonna explode from heat. So I took off all my clothes. Don't judge me. Pink socks are worth it. Well, it was only 5 and I like to go out by 6 when the sun rised. So I wasted a bit of time sorting my stuff and eating a bite. But 550 would have to do. Plus, all these zombies wanted to move in or wanted a taste of my bullets. I don't care which one. I'd give them my bullets no matter what. Yeah, how do you like that, zombie? I could finally now cut some wood. The original plan was to replace those boxes with my own boxes, if you know what I mean. But that was too much work, and I was fat. And this guy had the same exact coat as that other guy. I would have took it, but it didn't really have good protection. He did have some car keys though, and I was gaining quite a collection. Also, I feel like I say "but" too many times. Maybe I just have a thing with butts. But, I mean not but, I needed to move up a little and conquer the upper town. All these zombies were hungry for bullets too, so I gave it to them like all the rest. I don't know why you would want to eat lead, but hey, if you're into it, I guess. Hold up, I'll get to you guys in a second. Okay, your guys' turn. Gosh, man. Can a man just have a smoke? Give me a break. And as I was gunning down these zombies, I noticed this awesome van. Could have the replacement parts I needed. And of course, I dealt with these zombies too. Don't think I didn't. Everyone needs their fair share. But as I was reloading and walking back, I could have sworn I heard a zombie moaning. The freaky zombies. Hey, he got himself stuck. But I really wasn't into that step-sis stuff, so I just shot him instead. Well, I'd cleared out all the zombies and it was time to reap my reward. And dang man, was this place stocked to the brim. They even had a nice bathroom, which I could finally get water. But look, they had a gunsling. Now I could put the gun on my back and it wouldn't break it. Don't you guys love gunslings? Okay, look. Protection is protection. Who cares if I look like a moron? Kinda glad I didn't build those boxes now because I realized these had enough storage. So I put one in my base and I emptied out these boxes. Would have to move them out. I needed to make room for the new ones. Bye old friends, I won't miss you. Well shoot, my trailer was looking kinda good. And I had so much room now I could actually store all this ammo. But it's a lot of work. So it became night, and I went asleep, making it day 37. Day 36, it was foggy and rainy, like every single day. But who cares? I can play fashion show now. And I didn't really like any of these backpacks, so I decided to keep this one. Man, all this clothing is making me extremely hot and extremely wet. Sounds a little weird, put them together like that. So I took off my okay, well, that sounds even more weird. Look man, don't judge the pink socks. They're comfortable, okay? But I heard some zombies nearby that I missed, so I killed them. But my feet had boo-boos on them. I needed my shoes back. Looks like I forgot a few zombies. But don't worry, I dealt with them. Oh great, another locked door. You know what? This time, I was gonna break it in one hit. Technically 2. Oh yeah, trust. Alright, well, I just spent 5 hours sorting all this. Oh hey look, it's 5 hours later. I already had slept in my trailer, and technically this wasn't the same place, so I slept inside, making the day 38. Before this video starts, I would like to warn you that this is the 6th week. If you'd like to go watch the first week, it is down in the description, or right at the top of the screen. And also, one more thing, the days got extremely messed up. I was playing Project Zomboid for like 10 hours. It doesn't matter though, who cares? Well, I was extremely wet again, so I got butt booty naked. Hey, I see you guys staring. Don't worry, I won't judge. Well, with all the loot in the back, I made my way to that van. I always like to make sure there's no zombies around me, and this time there was. But I had became thirsty, so I needed a drink. Most of every house had a bathroom, so why not this place? But I heard a zombie, I just didn't know where. But who cared? I opened the bathroom door and he was there. Like I said before, what is it with zombies in bathrooms? Like, do people die in bathrooms a lot or something? I didn't care though. I took all the drugs the place had and ate myself some yummy cereal. Hey, I'm still losing weight, by the way. I hot-wired the van, and it actually had some gas in it. I didn't like how the zombies were that close, so I gunned them down with a new gun. And then, of course, guns bring in zombies, so more showed up, and more went down. But at least my hood was now fixed, and my windshield. I wish I could replace my right windshield, but some lunatic, I don't know who, broke this van's windshield. But I repaired my engine a little bit more, and I went to these vehicles and salvaged their engine. Didn't give me a lot, but it was better than none. It was late at this point. Time was just flying by, man. And I decided to go to sleep. Then I noticed I couldn't go to sleep. I had placed the wooden box where my bed was, or whatever. I just couldn't go to sleep. Frick that though. I would just go to sleep in my car. And now it was day 37. I was extremely wet, so I took off my shirt, revealing my rippling abs. The car didn't have much to salvage, but it had a little. Same goes with his friend. I repaired my trailer, and now it's looking a little bit better, but I still needed my metalworking skills up. And also its gas tank was terribly damaged, but I was thirsty, so that's more of a priority. I eventually fixed the gas tank up, and I was all done. Then I noticed I accidentally put a muffler in the back of my trailer. But who cares? Switched it out. I'd make sure to keep my toolbox back here so I could find it more easily. And all the heavy lifting sure did a number on my back. Over at the repair shop, I found myself a Mechanic 4 book. Don't know if I could read it yet. Then I became wet again. Might be time to consider taking off a bit of my clothing. But there was one thing I didn't need to remove, and it was this crate. So I could finally go to sleep, making it day 38. The book I found, I could not read it yet, but who cared? I'm sure at one point I could. Like always, I wasted a bit of time reloading, and I was gonna drive off to a new town. Then I found these cars. They looked pretty good, and there was 3 of them, so might as well salvage them. I took out a few neighboring zombies, and I decided to destroy a few more bathrooms. Man, I was hot though. Everywhere I was hot. Nothing worse than swamp mud. While I was washing off my hands though, these cabinets, they were rude to me. They just said some nasty things. So I made them disappear. Except for that one cabinet. Someone had to tell the tale. By the repair shop, there was a good-looking four-wheeler. I checked it out, and it had some food, and it was a good four-wheeler. Of course, I didn't really need any of these parts anymore, but I would take its engine. Thank you. And also, these cars looked mighty fine, so I took their engines too. Then this one, it said I needed the keys, so I had to hotwire it. Then somehow I exited this right here, but I couldn't get back in. Must have gained a few pounds just by sitting down or something. Then I was too stupid to even, get into the hood of the car. So I had to go back to this ATV, or whatever, grab its gas can, type in some gas, dump it in there. Then I would just deal with that tomorrow, man. But I went to sleep, making it day 38. Now that it was day 38, I finally backed up the vehicle. I took what little parts it gave me, actually it gave me a lot, and repaired my engine. Well, wanted to repair my engine at least. A zombie came up. Ugh, zombies. I'm just playing freaking Mechanic Simulator. Like, why do you gotta show up, man? I salvaged all I wanted to from those cars and drove off. Then I noticed these 2 other cars. I was gonna stop and kill these zombies, but I decided who cared. I'm 100% sure there's more cars down the road. I needed some supplies that could only be found in a warehouse. And I knew there was a warehouse over here. Before I got there, I had me a bite to eat. I'm not fat. I dumped out the can though. One thing good about this apocalypse, I could litter whenever I wanted. Hey, see, warehouses though. I was right. When am I ever wrong? Now time to gun down these zombies. This car was crashed, yes, but it still had a good engine. Stupid zombies. I could have sworn I was tripping out here because I heard somebody walking, but there was nobody there. Until there was somebody there. He was dead now though. I looked inside door number 1, well actually door number 2, and there was absolutely nothing. And door number 1 was locked. Of course, there's always a window to a good building. And this one actually had crates in it, and a few zombies. They were dealt with. man. There was a few surrounding zombies. But, I needed tools and metal stuff. All it had was rotten crops. I don't know what I'm gonna do with thousands upon thousands of pounds of rotten crops. But if you guys need some, I'm rich with it. Maybe it's just this one warehouse. And somehow I knew there was 3 more full of stuff. Don't ask me how. I knew that was too easy though. There's only a few zombies. But these warehouses had to have something. Of course, it was gonna be a challenge getting through all these zombies. But hey, I liked gunning zombies down. Like, and this guy really thinks he's gonna do something. Like, what are you doing? And this guy too, like, you're not gonna kill me. But I opened the window. Okay, well, this looks a little sus. Okay, well, it kind of looks like I'm humping the window. But hey man, can you really blame me? It's either that or the zombies. Actually, the zombies do look pretty fine. I'm joking, of course. I prefer shooting them, not doing other stuff to them. But, I guess I was wrong. Because all that was in the warehouses was, rotten food. So that was another day wasted, but it was now day 39. Almost to 40. And of course, my engine actually started. Cool. Now, it was 3 in the morning and pitch black outside, but I'm an amazing driver. I can drive in the dark, right? Plus, when have I ever crashed? Okay? There hasn't, okay, that was close, but when okay, well, come on. Okay, dude. Okay, you're really just, yeah, I've never, Who is editing this? Who is making me look terrible? I'm amazing at driving. Well, let's not talk about that. I made it to another town. And with another town brings more zombies. Which brings more fun for me. And while I'm gunning down these mother effing zombies, don't ask why his name is BF, by the way. It doesn't stand for boy. Actually, it does. But I'm not gay, okay? It's a joke! Calm down, bro. Well, gunning down zombies makes me have quite a bit of an appetite. But hey, when there's zombies to gun down, there's always a meat. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean. Plus, when have I ever missed a zombie? Okay, really? While I was gunning down these zombies, though, I heard a crackhead breaking some glass. I don't know what this guy was doing jumping out the window. He thought he was actually gonna do something. Of course, I knew there was more guns in here, more ammo, equals more zombies killed. So I needed them, but the doors were locked, except for the side door. Lovely side door. And there was new clothes. I love me some new clothes. Wait a second. Did I see that right? Did you see that right? Yeah, that somehow I found a Darth Vader helmet, which was somehow more protective than my other helmet. Sorry, old friend. You're dirty and wet and used up. That's a little weird. Talking about hose, though, I found one. Wait, we weren't talking about hose. But I might have used this hose just for one night and one time only. And I was banging her hit it against a wall. But kids, don't do this. Don't do it. It's very bad. At least this hoe had a use, though, and I finally got in. I found myself a Colt action revolver and took everything and loaded it up in my truck. And I raided the police station because, you know, more guns. And they had water, and I was always thirsty. So I took me the water, ate me some food. And actually the water, I'm pretty sure it had like 0 stuff in it. So I needed to fill up the water. So I went to bathroom, filling it up. What else you want me to do? And eventually it did get filled up. And while I was in this bathroom, I kept hearing a zombie. It was in this room though. Zombies. Well, filling up water cans takes a very long time, I guess. And shooting zombies takes a very long time. So it was now time to go to sleep. Making it day 40? Is it? I don't know. I just gotta repair my gun, man. Well, it was day 40 now. We have officially made it. 100, here I come. I always needed some engine scraps or whatever they're called. So I went and got me some. Of course, I also need water. Constant supply of water, man. Not food so much, but I would take it. Oh, looted that house. Nothing in it, as usual. Looted a few more cars, and of course, zombie. Like, zombies, get a life. Don't bother me, and please, will you fall down already? Holy crap. See ya. And I got even more. At this point, I had so much crap. Crap, as in engine parts. Engine scrap parts, things. But I also took me a hood and replaced my own. My car was looking mighty spiffy. For some odd reason, I wanted to go fishing. Don't get me wrong, I love gunning down zombies, okay? Oh my, freaking whole entire group sneaking up on me. Like I was saying, I love gunning down zombies, man, but I wanted a relaxing time of fishing. Hold up, zombies. I'll get to you in a second. I just gotta reload. There you go. Oh, it took a few seconds. Got time to use all these bullets in 3 seconds. Man, already out, huh? Guess I gotta reload again. I'm so sorry, guys. I have terrible news. Turns out I wasn't recording for 2 whole entire days. You guys missed the amazing fishing trip? I'm sorry. It was such a good fishing trip. Such a good fishing trip. I forgot what happened on day 2. But got myself some candy. Got myself tons of fish. Got fat on fish. This is terrible. I'm sorry, guys. But I gotta get back to it. I drove down the road for quite some time. It wasn't really much to miss, besides from the fishing. And we were heading to this town, and I wanted to be peak morning when I get there, so I had enough time to gun down the zombies. And this house looked good enough. Also, I wanted to exercise. I know I'm fat. Can you believe it? Well, I made my way inside, and there was definitely zombies upstairs. And they're breaking through windows. And downstairs, I guess. Don't worry, I'm a karate expert. You next, little bro. Okay, he was dead. For some reason, he broke the glass and didn't jump out. Or there was a zombie outside. I don't know. I took off my pack, though, because it would just slow me down. I needed to get my, sprinting skill up. So I did. I was fully exhausted. So I went back inside, cleaned myself off, and took myself a break. It was an hour until bedtime. Don't make fun of me. Yes, I have a bedtime. And so I ran around a little bit more. And then head back inside when I was tired. Grabbed my backpack and went to sleep, making it day 43. Back on the open road. Man, I want some tunes up in here. Oh wait, all the radio stations have been out. Yeah, the power shut off a few days back. Yo, watch out! Ah, shiz. Not my fault. Sometimes I'm a good driver, okay? It's not my fault. But at this point, I couldn't access the map anymore. So I drove around for 50 hours lost. Because I didn't know where this warehouse was. Then I found it. And there was a random person right outside the warehouse. But they were a red name, so I didn't want to help them. This guy with a white name, I would help. So, unlike last time, when I tried to help someone, I actually could help them. Gunned down all the zombies. See ya. Never gonna miss ya. And then, noticed he was getting chased by a horde. Don't worry, man. Your savior is here. The zombies. Oh, shoot. Okay. That was on purpose. I knew he was bitten. I could see it. Yep, I could see it in his eyes. Randomly, I got jump scared, though. Don't know by what. Then, I noticed this man. I actually put a bullet into him. So, I just did a world a favor. Or him a favor. Not really, though. I gunned him down. I was seeing a lot more NPCs for some reason. Don't know why. Hey, what are you guys doing just sitting down, weirdos? Sitting down, imagine. Oh, my aiming skill was now up even more. Awesome. I'm like John Wick now. Watch this. Well, I cleared out the area and I needed some space in my inventory to haul all the stuff, but I wanted to repair first. While I was gonna salvage this truck, I noticed these 2 weirdos doing it. Weirdos. My car always took a lot of damage on the journey, so I always needed a repair. Right when I grabbed the hood of my car, this zombie showed up. Can you guys just tell him to leave me alone, please? Is that so much to ask? Also, I've ran into so many things, my light bulbs are basically broken. Now that that was repaired, I would need to get more engine parts for my engine, of course. But my battery to my trailer was completely almost dead, and I'm an idiot and don't know how to charge it. I think I need a power source, and I don't have a generator, and the lights are off. So, I hotwired this car and salvaged the parts. And you're next. UPZ. Huh. Does these stand for zombie or something? Okay, yeah. I took all these parts and threw them into my trailer. The old girl was definitely in a terrible condition, though. She would need quite the loving to get back into her former glory, but that'll be for tomorrow. Yeah, now it was tomorrow. Day 44? Right? Yeah, day 44. Okay, well, I lied. I didn't repair it yet. Now I did. We were back in kind of the green. Awesome, right? Also, I'd been missing this windshield for quite some time. It broke on a few days back, and I couldn't really replace it with this. Don't make fun of me. I also tried to replace the battery with a big battery, yeah. I'm stupid. Just know that. Then randomly, this rude mother flipper spawned right on top of me. So did this guy, but he was actually nice. He actually helped me out a little bit. And then he ran away. And then he started to get chased. And then great. while I was gunning him down, well, this guy showed up. All these weirdos showing up now. I don't know what it is. And then I accidentally shot him, if you didn't see, and I thought he was coming towards me. So, I did what any reasonable man would do and turn around, but I didn't gun him down. I'm actually nice. I let him go off on his merry way. He wasn't gonna die. Yeah, he was gonna die. But, I grabbed myself some water, shot this zombie also. And this one, and this one, and this one. And also, there's this guy, he really liked those flyers. Okay. Oh, hey, look, another one. But yeah, shot that one. Well, in the other storage, there was all food. This one had all zombies and wood. Just wood. Wood, hammers, nails, whole entire shebang. Just wood. Great. While I was gonna go get me a snack, this zombie came in. He's a little slow mentally, so somehow he didn't see me, and I shot him in his back. Yep, all wood. I wonder why this place had so much wood. Oh, wait. Logging CO, or I don't know, man. It's just wood. It's all wood. But I knew there was... I didn't have a map. I knew there was somewhere nearby. Okay, well, this explains where all the wood came from. I knew there was somewhere nearby that actually had a sledgehammer, because I was looking for a sledgehammer. I needed it somewhere on these back roads. All I found was this. And then I got stuck. And then it took me 5 hours to get unstuck. Man, oh man. It's okay though. I eventually got unstuck. And there was just dirt back here. And then I got stuck again. Yeah. I was fine dealing with all the zombies. But getting stuck? Whatever, man. I decided here would be a perfect place to camp. And it actually had some water. Love water. And food. Who cared about food though? This place would be my track ground though. If you don't remember earlier, I needed to get my sprinting skills up. So I sprinted around the place like a madman for about, the rest of the day. Can you judge me? No, you can't. Because this is more exercise than you ever did in your whole entire life. Sorry to point out the obvious, by the way. But I went asleep, making it day 45. With the last bit of water in this container or trailer house or whatever, I washed myself. And actually, I was pretty armored. The only thing the zombies could bite was my crotch and my hand. Crotch, hands, huh. Oh, well, I got stuck again. And unlike last time, there was actually zombies near me. So, it sucked. I didn't know if I should get out on bail, because I got out, okay? I didn't need to get out on bail. Well, I had searched everywhere, including this road that led to absolutely nowhere. And I noticed this man gunning down a few zombies. That's my job, sir. My job. Maybe, just maybe, it was down this road. Okay, it wasn't down that road. Look, I didn't have a map. How was I supposed to know? I parked right in front of the logging company thingy and noticed there was 2 nice vehicles. So I gunned down a few more zombies and my truck needed more repairs. Like always. So, I repaired the bad girl. Take care of your truck, it'll take care of you. What I hoped at least. Also, my doors were looking a little rough, so I took them off and changed them out for a new one. Of course, there was zombies. Always zombies. Hey, little more repaired and a little more knowledge. You know what I mean? Somehow these zombies came out of nowhere. I thought I killed every single one of them. Guess I didn't though. Yo, a little too close. Now they were all dead though. And I am a moron. Turns out there was back containers with the stuff I needed. Well, a lot of the stuff I needed. What I was really looking for was a sledgehammer. Couldn't find one though. Not in the whole entire place. Then this nerd showed up. Let me gun down this zombie. Was gonna shoot him, but he ran away. But it was nighttime, and nighttime is sleepy time. So I went asleep, making it day 46. Now, at this point, I want the game to be a little hard, at least on fuel, so I took out all of my gas. Then my engine would start. For a second there, I thought I was stuck here. After all the repairs I did, and it still won't start. Thank you. So, that was all I needed, or all I wanted, and I hit the road again. Of course, now I'm a seasoned veteran at driving, and I'll never, ever, 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 ever crash again. Are you serious? Besides from that, I would never crash again, okay? Never? Bruh. Really? Okay, my car was back to needing repairs. Awesome. Then I realized I was going the wrong way. I wanted to go back to that never happened. I dodged that. Oh, okay. But that never happened either. Like I was saying, I needed. Hey, can we go a little faster? Thank you. Like I was saying, I needed repairs in Riverside. So I was gonna head to Riverside. Hey, look. See, I finally made it back to a familiar road. Can't believe I didn't knock down those cones. See you later, bridge. Staying in that place, those zombies were all snobby. I did not see Uncle Sam, though. I was rather sad. I had enough bullets where I could take on these police officers now, but I was too lazy. I kept driving on and crashed again. Hey, look, I slept here that one night. Remember that? I remember that. Good nights. Well, I had made it to the warehouse. Then I found this weird-looking zombie. He gave me the icky, EB-GBs. Also, his skin did the T-pose. Should have worn it. I don't know why I didn't. So, my car was absolutely destroyed. There was no truck to replace the parts, but there was a little car. So, I grabbed everything from that little car, fixed up my RV, trailer, and it was looking mighty good now. And I figured I didn't need this water container. I had nowhere to put it, so I dropped it. And yeah, I got a little bit of sprinting in. Then I kind of got distracted on all the stuff I could make. I finally went to sleep, making it day 47. Then I got distracted again. I could upgrade my vehicle, but I needed a high metal working. Ugh, very night. I don't like the dark. Not in the skin color was fine, I guess. Daytime. And I could actually see a few zombies. I don't know where they thought they were going. I knew where they were going though, and that was heaven. These zombies. What are you guys looking at? Oh, they were all dead. And also, who made this big mess over here? And why are you guys jumping out the window? Oh, I guess they were on their lunch break or something. Like I was saying, who made this big mess? It wasn't me. There's more cars over here, and so I salvaged them. My trailer was looking fine as flibberty gibbets now. I entered the old warehouse, and there was a nice little lady to greet me at the front desk. Oh dear, she went sleepies. I don't know why. Oh, some more. Who is breaking all this windows? Rude. Luckily, they had a bathroom, and I was always thirsty. Well, I had filled up my whole entire bag full of stuff, loaded it back in my car, moved it a little bit, my car, that is, and went back around too. I actually found a propane to fill up my blow torches, and I found this tire. Pretty good tire. Oh, that's a humongous tire. Okay. Well, I've got all I needed. No sledgehammer. I looked. It wasn't there. So I made my way to this gas station. Of course, new place, more zombies to shoot. Adios. It was a nice van though there. Pick its parts, put it in my vehicle. But as I was going to do that, this zombie was getting on my nerves. So I opened the door and put him down. My car was looking good now. And all I wanted to do was get a snack in this gas station. And this zombie, all he wanted to do was get out. Oh, that was a close one. You just made me lose 2 bullets. It's okay though. I'd put another in your head. Bang. I'm telling you guys, what is it with zombies and bathrooms? But I found myself a good cigar and I smoked that sucker. And there was a lot of laundry machines there. Ugh, laundry machines scared me. Oh, like the zombies, I killed them all. But it was time to go to sleep, making it day 48. Did I also tell you I don't like refrigerators? I also, my spidey sense kicked in. I started to hear footsteps. Turns out there's a whole entire horde outside. They're dead now. I could actually go back to my metalworking perky bathroom. Well, killing that bathroom reminded me of sweet, sweet good times. So I decided to go house to house and kill all the bathrooms. I did find some rifle ammo, but the last time I used a rifle, well, it didn't go so well. So I left it behind. After I destroyed all of this house, I decided to go back to my vehicle and bring it over here so it would be closer. Then this random man spawned on top of me, as I was about to go deal with these zombies. Then another one did. I don't know why they were spawning on top of me, but who really cared? Because this random zombie, for some reason, had an AK on him. But I could have sworn I heard a zombie sneaking up from behind, which I was right. Can't sneak up on me that easily. Nice mustache though. Now back to what I was doing. Well, as I was about to destroy the next bathroom, a random crazy man spawned on top of me. And I guess killing all those people have turned me into a monster. For I had no hesitation. I mean, I was trying to destroy a bathroom and he just spawned in on me, so it's like, come on. I'm not a psychopath. And to prove my point, but another one spawned on top of me. Was my humanity completely gone? Do I pull the trigger? Nah. I'll spare this guy. Plus, it would be good to have someone watching my back as I destroyed these bathrooms. For some reason, I got jump scared by him. I don't know why. Then I got jump scared again. He was a guy with glasses. I don't know how I could be scared of him. But who cared? I went back to work, destroying bathrooms. My new friend Alan began to talk. Think the military's still out there? I don't know, Alan. Probably not. All I know is there's definitely zombies still out there. I wish the military would... Hey! It's the military! I didn't expect him to be that rude. Yeah, I did shoot him down, but he pushed Alan. You good, Alan? I did accidentally shoot Alan, and I thought for a second he was coming up to come whack my brains out. But he was cool, so I was too. I wasn't finished destroying the bathroom, and this zombie snuck in, but I finished up. Then another one spawned on me. This time, though, I gunned her down. I'll be honest, I felt super cool going down these hallways with my gun out, clearing rooms. But I probably just looked like an idiot. Well, it was getting late, so I commanded Alan just to guard. It's the only word I spoke to him the whole entire day, besides from our original meeting. But I went asleep, making it day 39. I woke up to the sight of Kai, and at this point, having someone spawning in your house, I decided it'd be best if I turned down the NPC spawn rate. Now, Kai was different from them. Different how? Well, he was, invincible. I made sure to check thoroughly. Now, I had to get rid of Kai one way or another. So, kids, look away. This might be gruesome. Never mind, it did nothing. Ah, great. Another one spawned in. I was kind of sick of everyone being in my house, so I gunned this one down. At least tried. This one actually fought back, but she was dead. I had invited Kai to my group, and that's probably why I couldn't kill him. So I dismissed him, and he instantly tried to kill me, so I shot him in his face. Now there was 2 dead bodies in my trailer. Now they were outside of my trailer. Good job guarding, Alan. Did a great job there. Oh, another one spawned. I almost shot Alan. Will you move, please? Great. Now I had to chase him down and have a reloading contest with him. But I was quicker at reloading, so he was dead. And there was one upside about all these guys spawning, and that was I had a pretty good supply of ammo. But how much they spawned, I felt like it was cheating. But who cared? I don't care. I just cared about destroying bathrooms. Destroying bathrooms and killing people. It was zombies. Not my fault it changed. I attempted to turn the weapon spawn rate down, so I wouldn't get these, so I wouldn't get all these weapons for free. But hey, I was a nice guy, and Alan was retarded, so I fed him some food. I even picked up this water bottle and gave it to him, but he stole mine. Great. Thanks, Alan. I got it back, of course, and I was hungry myself, so I had a bite to eat. Then, as I was looting, I looked behind me, and it was the woman from earlier. Yeah, you walk away. But she looks like a preacher, so I didn't gun her down. And I actually asked her to join. Unlike this guy, I shot him. So, me, Alan, and whatever her name is, continued destroying bathrooms. We were the dream team. There was no room for you, Samuel. Sorry, but you look like a nerd. Well, I probably found the worst gun in the game, but I would take its ammo, just in case. I don't even know why I bothered picking it up. Immediately put that back down. Another house destroyed, and another man killed. Looks like one of the NPCs had barricaded this house, but there was no man in sight, so I just destroyed it. This bathroom, at least. Then another man spawned on top of us, and not wanting to gun down my partners, I hesitated, until I seen an opening. But Alan stood in the way. I'm sure he could finish this off. You got him, Alan. Go get him. I had to deal with this zombie. Now, where did Alan go? Yeah, so Alan was still chasing the guy, and he eventually gave up. I'm sure we wouldn't have to deal with him later. I'm sure, hopefully that man will be smart and not show his face around here anymore. Of course he wasn't, and he showed his face again. This is a little awkward. Well, I had to reload, and instead of running away, he just stood there and took my bullets. So I had another long day of destroying bathrooms and killing folks. So I decided to hit the hay, making it day 50. It's pretty dark outside, and Alan and whatever her name was were still guarding. So I commanded them to follow, and they did. They started yapping about safe places, though. While they yapped about random stuff, I did the important work and fed them. Son of a beep stole my canteen again. But as I was destroying more bathrooms, this woman spawned on top of us. And I was feeling generous, so I invited her to our group. Then, she said nah. Utmost disrespect. Don't judge me. Alan, I don't think it's a good time to be yapping about dogs. But it was a good time to destroy more bathrooms. But Alan and the whatever her name was are stupid, and they couldn't find the way in. They just kept on trying to get into the locked door. Then another random lady showed up, and I was still feeling generous, so I invited her to our group. She said yeah. Now I had 3 guys watching my every move. I was gonna make it 4, but this guy just kept running away from me. How rude. Well, on this house, everything was locked, so there was only one way to enter. That's right, shoot down the window. Another man spawned on top of us, and I could tell Glenn wasn't that smart. I was also dumb, but I wasn't as dumb as him. I actually removed the glass. Well, now we had 4 people. And I'll be dead honest, seeing them all right here, I had the strong urge just to gun them down. I don't know why, but I didn't. But man, there were so many of them I could make a town out of them all. I didn't really like all this company though. So, I mean, they were good at killing zombies, kinda. And Green Backpack had the weirdest shirt I ever seen. But I commanded them all to do random crap and leave me alone. That's when one idiot touched something they weren't supposed to touch. Now an alarm was going off. Greg, you stay right there. I'll be right back. Don't tell Greg, but I'm not coming back. I wish them all luck, but I had a job to do. And that job was to live on the road, if you could call that a job, which you really can't. And man, there's too many zombies here. Holy crap, you see all this? Yeah, I need to really come down through here and kill these guys. Maybe later. Well, I found myself a new parking spot. Like always, there was a couple zombies. It's been a long time since I've been here. The place has changed a whole lot. Someone's been doing some gardening. Excuse me, that is rude. Sorry, I had to do that. Moving on, I salvaged all these cars and noticed a little thing pointing me in a direction. It was like a little house or something, I don't know. There's a few zombies behind me, so I shot them and went back to what I was doing. But I could have sworn I heard something behind me. Maybe another zombie. Yeah, something tells me zombies don't hold guns. I don't know what that was, but added to the list of things wanting to kill me. First was hunger, then thirst, then the swarm of zombies, then the people, now zombie people with guns? What do you want me to do? I can't even drive a car right. How am I supposed to deal with all this? And now, houses were glowing red. That wasn't ominous at all. Well, I made my way back to my trailer. Of course, I had a visitor on the way, but I went to sleep, making it day 51. Now, as you know, I needed my metalworking skills up, and reading a book would give me the bonus I need. So I headed to the school, again. And I had tons of ammo for the rifle, and I figured, why not? Who cares? I'll just use it again. And actually, this rifle was extremely good. Wipe these zombies out in seconds. I kinda wish I grabbed that ammo box now. It's just one ammo box. I could always go back. Man, did I ever miss though? Are you serious right now? Now, like I was saying, I never miss. Ever. Really? That was a close one. But I never miss, okay? Man, doesn't this bring back good old times? Feels like just yesterday I was in these halls, eating zombies. Well, since I was always thirsty, I grabbed myself a drink, and it looks like they moved out. The 2 people that used to live here. And eventually, I did find the book I needed, so I took it and immediately read it. At least there was no people spawning on me. Oh, okay, well, Sometimes I show mercy, and sometimes I don't. Plus, he was interrupting my reading time. Can you really blame me? Now back to what I was doing. Reading. It was now pouring down rain and in the middle of the night. And I still haven't finished the book. Another one of those houses showed up. I was just a few pages off, so I had to finish the book, okay? Yeah, it ruined my sleeping schedule just a little bit, but who cared? I went to sleep, making it day 51. Still raining, like always. Well, it was now time to go visit that house. See what was up. And so I did. Killing a lot of zombies on the way, of course. And strangely, they had a generator outside. And I could hear banging coming from inside. Hopefully they weren't doing anything naughty. But they had all the windows boarded up. And there was no zombies getting in, at least. Maybe they would give me a reward for clearing out their neighborhood. So I had to enter. I'll be dead honest, I was super scared. I didn't want to die. I mean, no I wasn't. I was killing this zombie. And then its stupid alarm went off. Just let me turn that off. Alright, back to what I was doing. Entering this house. I entered the house and noticed a woman screaming at me. It's the first time I ever heard a voice, so I immediately closed the door. And did that woman have a scissors stabbed into her? Oh, shoot. Okay, I had to shoot him. I entered the house again, though, and the woman did have scissors, but she was now dead. And then a woman spoke in the bathroom, so I crept down there and opened the door, and it was not a woman. That was a woman, though. Oh, shoot. She almost burned me to death. I started hearing this electrical noise, though, and it kind of scared me, so I ran out. Hey, I mean, I just killed a couple people. Can you really blame me? I didn't mind killing zombies, though. I opened this door, and they had tons of cans. Must have been living here. The house was completely empty, besides from this eggplant and a bit of other food, which I ate. But at least this guy had a gun. I don't know what the Walmart employees are doing all the way over here, though, and I could still hear that knocking. So I crept around and turns out there was zombies just right there. Well, I just murdered a couple people, innocent people. It didn't really matter because I still had a job to do. I needed to clear out the place so I could actually upgrade my metalworking skills. But as I was shooting these guys, it seemed like it was getting darker and darker. And I was kind of scared of the dark, I won't lie. But I was guessing it was because of the storm was growing more and more intense. And it kind of spooked me. Yeah, weather spooks me. Not zombies, though. I think I'm scared of some zombies. Oh, it was getting too dark, and I was getting too wet. So, I drove out of there. Needed a place to get out of the rain, and this place, well, it was good enough. Plus, I could do some metalworking while I was here. So I did. And it's kind of strange that these bathrooms have nothing in them. Okay, well, they had sinks, but they didn't have any toilets. Yeah, that's a little weird. But what's even more weird is random people spawning right on top of me. I could deal with them easily, though. And I could deal with these zombies, I guess. It was just rather annoying. Freaking zombies. And they're kind of stupid as shit, so I won't even lie. This guy was just banging up on the door. Like, what is it? What are you doing, man? Well, now that they were all dealt with, I went to go find me a new resting spot. The place looked good enough. And the fishing shop by it had, well, fishing stuff, but I wasn't really in the market at the moment. With a bit of time left, I sorted my inventory, making sure 100% the surrounding area was clear. Yep, definitely clear. And I figured it was time to fix up my house. I was gonna remove this door and remove this toilet, then put this thing right here. Hey, it looks better like this. Well, it was time to go to sleep now. And now it was day 52. At this point, my priority was to get my metalworking skill up so I could fix my van. It was still in rough condition after all. I still needed that metalworking 3. So I hit the road and immediately stopped at this burger joint. I destroyed just a few counters and I had leveled up. Finally. Might as well get this one out of the way though. I grabbed what I needed, and while I was grabbing stuff to repair, someone started shooting by me. Crazy psychopaths. So I got myself ready for a battle. Then a battle came, but that was pretty easy to do with it. Well, I could finally repair my vehicle. And now, it was green. No need to stay here any longer, I decided to drive out, making sure to stop by the local Walmart on the way. I mean Gigamart. Plus, this area is safe. There's no zombies in sight at all. Okay, well, maybe just a few zombies, but nothing I couldn't handle. Man, who made this humongous mess? Was it you guys? Don't lie. Oh, hey. And while I was gunning down zombies, Uncle Sam showed up. It's always nice to see him. Well, inside, I completely destroyed these refrigerators because they had nothing I wanted. And I went asleep, making it day 53. Somehow, one of those little house icons were by me now, but I didn't care. I immediately exited, and another woman spawned by me. This time, I didn't gun her down, though. I invited her to my group. She could look over while I destroyed a few things. I guess she isn't smart, because she began running into a wall. Yeah, she's definitely an idiot. But I had a job to do, so might as well do it. I'm sorry, lady, what are you doing? What are you? Alright, I guess she was dumb. Well, this icon I've never seen before spawned by me, and this random guy spawned right beside me, and this other person spawned right beside me. So, I disabled frick, wrong button. Okay, and another one. Well, we ran after them. Well, we shot down one, and we ran after the rest. And I finished the job. Deciding I didn't want her anymore, I commanded her to just stay here. And then this guy showed up. He actually looked nice, and he was also dumb. But he looked nicer, so I wanted to add him to my team. But I didn't know really how to add this guy to my team. So I was just gonna leave him alone and go salvage in the back room. That's when I was jumped by 50 guys, and I ran out of bullets. Not a good time. Luckily, I had backup in my backpack. Well, zombies, that you could get me? Yeah, no. I went back to the guy, and I even waved at him. I was nice. I just wanted to say hello. And his zombie scared him away. Then while he shot, somehow he broke the window, jumped out, and then he started getting shot by a random person. Who did that? Clarence, was that you? Well, he had these dog tags, and I was going to steal them, but I kind of liked my crucifix. Back on the road now, I had encountered the horde again, and I decided, well, I was not going to have this. Yes, I was never going to drive down this road ever again, but it was a lot of zombies, and it was a lot of fun. Like, look, just mowing them down in seconds, man. And you blame me. No, you can't. Now that the job was done, though, and the streets were littered with bodies, I moved on. I still needed that sledgehammer, so I checked the place out. A sledgehammer, of course. And while I was trying to enter my trailer, it said there was zombies nearby or some crap. But where? Oh, there. Okay, well, I dealt with him, and the lady spawned on top of me. I gunned her down, though, like the rest. And, you know, at least I was getting tons of ammo from them. But, of course, the gunshots sprung in zombies. I dealt with them, though, and it was now night. So, I went to sleep, making it day 54. And it was pitch black outside, and I hate the dark. Then it got foggy. I hate the fog, but it was tolerable. There's a few places I didn't loot inside, so I went inside. Dealt with some invisible zombies. I don't know what the frick was happening there. Made sure to pump in a few extra bullets over there, but I seemed safe. Okay, well, never mind. Now I seem safe. Of course, in Project Zomboid, you're never safe, and there's still zombies lurking around the corners. Well, I searched the rest of the boxes, and while I was searching, this crazy man jumped through his window, but he was dead now. And yeah, there was absolutely no sledgehammers. Now it was super foggy, and I didn't really want to drive in the fog, so I decided it'd be best if I just waited up here. Wait, hold up, last chance, there might be a sledgehammer in here, and nope. Well, a lot of time passed, and I was becoming extremely bored. So I went on top of the roof to get a better view, and man, did this look creepy. There could be a whole entire horde down there, and I would never know. Sitting down on this chair made my boredom go away, and made the fog go away. Then, going down, a zombie was chasing me, and someone spawned right on top of me, and he turned black. I still had a job to do, so another person spawned on. And while I was walking, 3 more spawned on top of me. Well, 2 more, but they were all dead now. Now, what the frick was that? Not wanting to deal with him, I drove away. Then I drove back. Stop following me, lady. Well, I knew maybe these garages down here. Well, it was getting late. I found myself another place to sleep, and it was now day 54. Then a crazy nerd spawned in my trailer. He was dead, though. Ugh, I hate bodies. Now there was blood all over my trailer floors. Thank you. Well, I grabbed his body, exited, and dropped it to the nearby locals to eat. But I was a nice citizen, so when I dropped the body, I was here and might as well make 1000% sure that there was no sledgehammer. How to deal with these zombies fist to fist, though. Well, when I tried to enter my trailer, it said seat occupied, and all the seats were occupied. And for the next 5 hours, I tried to get in my trailer. I even left and rejoined the game, I even unhooked my trailer, and it was looking bleak. I didn't know what to do, and I was very stupid, so I couldn't figure it out. Well, we had a nice run, trailer, but it looks like me and you are over. I loved you, trailer. Does anybody have some last words? Because don't say them, because I'm an idiot and figured out I could just open the door and take all this stuff out, which I did. Well, that was a waste of time. I decided it was basically too easy having this humongous barrel in my place. So I took all the fuel, dumped the barrel out, and went to the dumper and got me some water. Yeah, there was no sledgehammer though, but there was these boxes I could get. I had even more space now. Hey, I mean, I had to have this much space. So it's basically my whole entire home. Well, it was my whole entire home. Moving on to the next place, I started this storage unit, might have the sledgehammer in it. So I went door to door to door and to zombie to door. But it was looking like there was no sledgehammer in sight. Just a whole lot of boxes. And a whole lot of nothing. But I did eventually find this hockey mask. And don't you guys think I look really good in it? Ain't no zombie biting my face off. While opening all these doors was extremely exhausting. So I had to take frequent breaks so I could kill any zombie I needed. This guy. I was running out of garage doors at this point, and I had found Jack all. And I highly doubted I was gonna find one at this point. There was only like 5 more left. At least the zombie came over, and I dealt with her. Well, last one, there was nothing. But actually, this wasn't last one. There was this one, but there was a zombie in here, and I knew there was a zombie in here, and I just didn't want to deal with it. Now I had to deal with it. Well, maybe, by the grace of the Lord, it would be behind here. I couldn't really reach it, so I needed to grab this chair and move it to another side. And of course it wasn't there. Well, there was more storage units inside this house, but I figured it wasn't worth the risk of wasting my time. Like, these random people waste my time. Should I kill her? Yeah. Hey, get back here. Well, I grabbed all the loot and threw it in my crates, and I headed to sleep, making it day 55. Back on the open road, boys. Haven't I become a skillful driver? Okay, well, I drove for 5 hours, but at least something entertaining would happen time to time. Almost got caught there. Somehow my character was still scared of zombies, though. I don't know why. I mean, I'd be scared too, I guess, if I was surrounded by zombies. And why is there so many? It's just a tiny little road. Holy crap. Well, I wish we had some music for the road. Oh wait, you guys do. I don't. Well, I took a pit stop and repaired my truck and hit the road again. Nothing I like more than driving for 5 hours straight and killing random zombies. Eventually, I did have to stop. This place seemed like a good spot, so I looted the nearby houses and actually finally got my sprinting skill up. It only took me 55 days. Or how many days it was, I don't know. It wasn't that bad, right? Yeah, no, that's terrible. Well, I took the engine from this car and scrapped everything I could scrap in this house. And my engine was at 90%. My vehicle and trailer was looking extremely good now. So I went to sleep, making it day 56. And this random guy spawned on top of me. But we were in the middle of nowhere. He didn't seem like he had anything, and I just let him go. Moving on, I'm a super skilled driver like I said before. And my aura somehow made this sign go invisible for a second. As I was driving into town though, at least getting close, the fog started setting in. Hopefully it wouldn't be terrible though when I actually got into town. Yeah, no, it was terrible and I was surrounded by zombies. So I made a judgment call and wanted to drive out of there. But the main reason why I came here in the first place was to get me some pizza. But dang, was it gonna be a challenge to get that pizza. I drove down the road a little, had me a bite to eat, and I was gonna wait out the fog until this random zombie showed up, ignoring my sitting session. But I'd learned from my mistakes, and I didn't pull the trigger there. When I drove down this road previously, I didn't crash a single time. I didn't even notice there was this many zombies. I don't really know how I didn't crash. Well, I was back at the pizza place. And now, if I wanted pizza, I had to fight. And I wanted that pizza. So fighting I did. The hordes of zombies came in, and I was surrounded. I stood my ground at this alleyway, but eventually, I had to reload and became overwhelmed. I'm ready to break for it, and that's when I noticed another horde coming right towards me. Now sandwiched, I could either jump the fence into the unknown, or head down this alleyway. I headed down the alleyway, and there was a few zombies, and I ran into them, barely avoiding them. Yeah, this was gonna definitely be a challenge, though. Nothing a good gun can't handle, though. Get off the floor, lady. Now you're probably asking, is it worth it for all this pizza? The answer is yes, it is worth it for the pizza. And luckily, I wasn't an idiot. This little Zomboid freaking tried to grab me from behind. Weirdo. But I just gunned down all of his sisters and brothers. Well, I was out of ammo, so I made a break for it to my vehicle, got in, and got away. I needed a place to sleep tonight, so this place seemed good enough. And this guy kind of looks like Walter White for some reason. Hey, look, I leveled up, though. Awesome. Now, lady, please calm down. Well, I grabbed myself tons of shotgun bullets, and then a random person spawned right beside me. But he was facing down the bore of a 12-gauge shotgun. Yeah, his head was gone, but I really shouldn't have done that. Zombies were now coming in, and I needed a new place to sleep. And it was already past my bedtime. This place seemed good enough, but I was extremely tired, and it really didn't seem worth it. Panicking at this point, because there was absolutely nowhere to sleep, and I couldn't kill any zombies. I found this place. Of course, there was a few zombies in the parking lot, and of course, the doors were locked. And I knew there was a back door, but it was also locked, and those zombies from earlier were following me. Only way in was through a window. So I broke one, removed the glass, and hopped in. Now, I didn't have the trait cat's eyes, so I couldn't see anything, but I could still hear. I figured there's a zombie in this bathroom, because there's always zombies in the bathroom, but no. Well, it was super late, I was super tired, and I didn't have a single light source, besides from this lighter. But now I could see! Hurrah, we're saved! Now I would never die. Oh wait, that lighter only lasted a few seconds, and it was out. Well, I didn't know what I would do. It sounded like that zombie was on the bathroom door, and if I went to sleep, well, it would most likely get in and eat my brains out. Was this the end? Didn't know, but I had to take the risk. So eventually, I went asleep, making it day 57. Luckily, I didn't die, but there were still zombies, and they were coming to get me. So I had to get out. Let me just get right beside you, but I had a snack, and it was time to kill all these zombies. But there was a few around me, so I just dealt with them with my machete, and they were actually pretty easy to kill. This reminds you of good old times when I had to use a melee weapon instead of a gun. Yeah, I preferred guns though, especially when random people spawn on top of me. Don't worry, I didn't shoot them though. I'm a nice guy. Time to have another battle. For the next 5 hours, I unloaded on these zombies, getting swarmed but never leaving my post. I was gonna stay right here and not move. The pizza was in sight. I couldn't give up this pizza. Not now, not ever. Eat my bullets, you undead freaks. Does that make me zombie-phobic? I don't care, cancel me. It's nothing to cancel. Well, a whole lot of gunshots later, I had conquered this place. It definitely spilled their tomato sauce everywhere, but I wanted real tomato sauce, so I jumped in. And I was finally here. Now, I couldn't really eat any of the pizza because it was molded out. But I had conquered the pizza place, and I had finally done the task I set out to do long ago. Victory. My goal wasn't to survive 100 days, it was mainly to get to this pizza place. Now, time for a victory dance. Yeah, get it, me? Get it, me? Okay, moving on. Freaking nerd, don't interrupt me. Well, I read this book, and it was late, so I had to go to sleep. I grabbed me a snack, but I had to go to sleep, so I did, making it day 58. The next morning, it was very windy. I'm sure the wind was bringing in the winter. And I realized I didn't have enough food. I did have enough clothes, though. That was good. But talking on the food, I had only packed guns, not food. So I needed to go to the local Walmart. I mean, Gigamart again. And if you thought the pizza place was hard, man, there was more zombies here than I've ever seen in my life. They were just coming out the wazoo. I think there was more zombies than your mom ever slept with. Hey, your mom's sleeping with zombies now? That's a little weird. Well, I had hundreds upon hundreds of shotgun bullets, so that was good at least. Look at them all, though. All lining up just to get shot by the one and only me. Almost cornered me time to time, but I wasn't gonna let a few zombies kill me, though. Might have been panicking. My character, at least. I was as cool as a cucumber. Are cucumbers even cool? Why do people say that? How would I know? All I knew was shooting zombies and never dying. Yeah, I would never die. I felt like the king of the world doing this. Well, actually, I was just fat and wanted some snacks in that convenience store. I held my line. At this point, I figured, hey, I was here. I needed a place to survive winter. So the plan was clear out the neighborhood, go house to house, and just sleep there, using each house as a place to sleep. Eventually, after a whole lot of killing, there was only a few more zombies left. Then I found this random lit up green when I looked over at it. Usually when things light up green or red or whatever, that means I could shoot it. And I didn't know if it was a bomb, so I didn't want to shoot it. I should have, though. Would have been funny. Well, that was the last zombie. And now it was time to get me some food. But I really wanted to clear out the Walmart, make sure it's clear. So when I heard knocking, I had to go kill him. But there was nobody there. Where was he? Oh, wait, he was just hiding. You stealthy little freak. Get down, Zomboid. Packed my bag completely full of canned food, unloaded it, went for a second round, and I was gonna do it again when I noticed this place up here. Looks like a pretty good place to sleep. I'd remember that, but I had another bag of food, mostly candy. Don't judge me, but I went asleep, making it day 58. I woke up to the wind and the rain. The wind was new, the rain wasn't. The fog was there also. But I grabbed myself another load of food, and that's when a zombie came to me. But I didn't really care about the zombie. I cared about the nearby helicopter. It's been years since I heard a helicopter, and I'll be dead honest, I don't even remember when the helicopter event happened. Not wanting to waste any time, I got out of there. But it passed by, and I unloaded the rest of my canned goods. But while I was unloading, I heard the roar of a chainsaw. The last time I remember, zombies don't use chainsaws. So I started my car up because it really sounded like they were approaching. I figured out what was making the noise though. A whole entire band of cult people. What the frick were they doing here? Well, they ran super fast, and I didn't want to deal with them. There's too many. But it was my town. And look at all these zombies I killed. Man, they were doing a number on my tires though. I was gonna go back and kill them all when it was not, foggy anymore. But this trailer seemed like a perfect place to rest. There was a zombie right outside moaning the whole entire time. So, I went out there, killed him, went back inside, and rested. The fog was gone, and it was now time to reconquer my land that I fought so hard for. I seen the group, and I thought to myself it'd be best if I just rolled down the windows and gunned them down through the windows. So I did. Yeah, eat bullets, you cult members. Frickin' weirdos. I would never die to the likes of you morons. Man, nothing could stop me though. Strangely, they weren't dropping their items. Who cared though? There was only a few more left, so I dealt with them. And they were actually pretty sensitive. It only took like 1 or 2 shots to kill them. This guy was getting devoured, so I could put him out of his misery technically. Well, the cult members had attracted even more zombies. Oh, cult members. You guys are stupid. At least they gave me an excuse to, hey, now, don't grab me. Like I was saying, gave me an excuse to use my shotgun even more. But hey, there was a soldier guy, and he probably had some gear I wanted. And hey, look, it's Uncle Sam again. Uncle Sam, silly guy, great guy. How many times am I gonna have to put bullets in his skull, though? Well, eventually, I did run out of ammo, and I had to resort to this guy's AK. And that ran out of ammo, too. So I made it back to my trailer. Well, I grabbed myself another gun and went outside. That's when this random man showed up and I gunned him down. I was always thirsty, so I grabbed myself some water. And these shelves look pretty good. Maybe I can remove them and gain some more metalworking skill. I made my way upstairs, read a book, and fell asleep, making it day 59. This random farmer man showed up, and I asked him to join, and he did. This other random guy showed up, and I was in the mood, so I invited him to join also. We made our way to the local gun store, gutting down a few zombies. I commanded them to guard, though, while I looked inside. The reason why I wanted that sledgehammer was to get in here. Of course, I didn't get that sledgehammer. At least I could take my anger out on nearby zombies, though. Well, I wanted to level up my metalworking skill, so while I was grabbing my blowtorches, this zombie snuck up with me. Great guarding, guys. Great guarding. Well, I went back to these shelves and completely destroyed them. I know there was more in the back, so I just unloaded these shelves also and destroyed them also. And hey, with all that destroying, I eventually got metalworking 4. Didn't need metalworking 4, I needed metalworking 5. Well, hopefully I would get metalworking 5 before I used all this propane. But one can only hope, and it was now late, So I decided to go to sleep, making it day 60, boys. We made it. 2 whole entire months. Well, that morning, I had to deal with some people. Whoops. Let me turn that on. Sorry. Well, he was dead. And this man had a grenade launcher. If you guys remember from the start, I had tons of grenades. So I was hyped. I could blow up a building. This building looked pretty good, but there was a truck right outside of it that I could salvage. And I wanted the parts from it. And there was nearby police cars. Usually they have stuff in it, so I gunned them down. It didn't have jack shiz in it. All it had was an MRE. Entering the Spippos, there was a few zombies. Nothing I couldn't handle. You sneaky little person. Get over here. Well, it definitely had a few metal containers I could salvage. And then this random guy showed up on me. Oh, ran out of bullets at the right time. At the right time. Then another person spawned on top of me. And I knew they had a gun. I was gonna wait for them to come out so I could ambush them. But they weren't coming out. So I had to take the fight to them. And she was just running into a wall, so she was an easy kill. But she had a whole entire LMG. Man, at this point, I could probably take on Louisville. And that's what I was gonna do. But this LMG and all of its ammo was breaking my back. So I decided to fry it. At least leave it in there for a bit. I grabbed my car, bring it over. Silly little nearby zombies though. Get out of here. I grabbed my fried LMG. Also, he had a sledgehammer, or something that I could use like a sledgehammer. I could finally get into that ammo shop, so it was just win-win-win. Man, this was amazing. I had everything I needed. All the guns in the world, all the armor in the world. Hey now, how did you get in? Well, one guy wasn't hard, even though he pushed me to the floor, and he stabbed me. It was okay, but it got bad when there was 2 guys and she was reloading while he was pushing me, so I tried to get out. But then another guy showed up, and they were all gangbanging me, so I exited. Oh man, they gave me a boo-boo. What the frick? Look what they did. Hey, who are you? Frick you. Gosh dang it, they tore a hole in my pants. Now my pink socks were revealing. Couldn't let the zombies see my pink socks. So I repaired the hole a little bit, but I realized I could armor up my whole entire pants and shirt, and I'd get around to doing that later. For now, I had to deal with them. I got ready for a fight. I entered, and I instantly started shooting. What the? Charlie? Is that you? How the frick did you get here? Well, I didn't know if I should kill Charlie or if I should leave her alive. If I left her alive, she'd probably eat all my food. But it's okay. Charlie was a friend. I decided to leave her alive. Not wanting to be caught up in the dark again, I grabbed myself a flashlight, entered this nearby place, almost got bit, but I killed them all inside. Gosh dang it, gotta reload. Hey, stop spawning on top of me. Hold up, I'll kill you in a second, don't worry. Well, it was late, and it was night-night time. So I went to sleep, making it day 51. Well, boys, next on the agenda was to get my metalworking skills up again. I know, it's all I do these days, but I needed it, okay? So I filled up my blowtorches. I was running out of propane. I said goodbye to Charlie for the day, see her later, and I began to work. I had already demolished a few of them. There's only a few more left. A few more, I mean like 50 more, but, you know, nothing I couldn't handle, like I've said 1,000 times. Well, I had destroyed them all inside the building, and I boarded up the place, just to give me some more metalworking. Hey, what else was I gonna do with all this crap? Well, outside, there was a few more zombies approaching. Me and Harry gunned them all down. Wait, who the freak is Harry? Oh, shoot. That's a little awkward. Stay still, Harry. Hold up, Harry. I gotta reload. You keep on shooting, Harry. You keep on shooting. Oh, no, what happened, Harry? Hope I had to finish his job. That was easy. Don't mind me, Charlie. Just grabbing my loot. Well, I got booty naked again and repaired everything I had. Now my pants were extremely armored. Awesome. But might as well do it for my shirt, too. Now that was armored, next thing to do was to grab me a snack. I parked my car outside of this mechanic shop or whatever, and it really had nothing in it except for a flashlight, which I took its battery out. Then I had to sit down and thought about life for a second. Life was good. What the? Him? Alright. I was faced with another decision. Gun her down or leave her alive. Kim seemed different. I liked Kim. Kim and me till the end. I needed a partner anyways. So I asked her to join. And she did. And she ran away for some reason. Then another one spawned on top of me. At this point I was seeing a pattern. Especially when I tried to grab my gun. Well, Kim was dealing with it. And I didn't really need to. Turns out, though, I'd finally realized that each time I grabbed my gun off my sling, an NPC was spawned. I'm sure you guys realized it way sooner than I did, though. Man, editing through it, it was so obvious. Like, I'm stupid, dude. Negative 10 IQ. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, random person, but I don't need you. Kim, why didn't you finish the job? Bad Kim. Well, there was a person knocking, so I shot him, almost shooting Kim in the process. She was dead. I gave Kim a gun, though. She would need one. And when another random zombie showed up, I figured she had it. But no, she didn't have it. She just left me to deal with the zombie. Come on, Kim. Then, for some reason, she said, "What do you call a fast zombie? What do you call a fast zombie? A zombie." Yeah, no, I just walked away from that. What the frick was that, Kim? Well, me and Kim made an amazing team already. We gunned down the local zombies, and I thought this zombie was just sleeping, but turns out it wasn't. But Kim had it. Did Kim ever miss? Kim, you gonna deal with that, Kim? Kim, do you need? Kim got it. Thanks for helping me back there. You're welcome, Kim. I'm always here to help you. Well, this van seemed terrible, but for actually some reason I was able to start it up. But it was now time to go to sleep, making it day 54. Don't you guys love waking up in the middle of the night to see Kim running around, hearing a helicopter approaching? So I had a choice, either drive away again or just hide. I decided to just hide with Kim. Man, was that a mistake. Luckily, it was in the middle of the dark, but I had a flashlight. But once I finally got a flashlight, I could start hearing zombies approaching, breaking through glass. But I heard the familiar sound of a chainsaw. They were not zombies! The cult members were back! Run, Kim, run! They were screaming at me and I tried to get in my truck, but I couldn't. They were on top of me. Kim, I could hear them right behind me. I had to pull back. I couldn't run fast. I just didn't know what to do. I didn't want to look behind me. I just didn't know what to do. I grabbed my gun, but it was not the gun. I grabbed my gun, barely ducking under this guy's swing. I turned around and there was at least like 10 of them. I don't freaking know. They were right on top of me, though. This was looking bad, man. I was almost out of ammo. I did not have the right gun for this. Maybe if I had that LMG. What if I could hop in this van? Maybe I could drive away. But no, they were on top of me. I was getting sliced. I didn't know what to freaking do. So, I did what anybody would do in this situation, and I immediately left the game. Frick this, I'm out. Well, boys, we had a nice run. Tried to turn off the mod that actually spawned the cult members, but they all turned into zombies. Bitten, bleeding out, with tons of zombies on my back. My gun was empty. It was the end, boys. We'd made it to day 54, only halfway there. Man, it wasn't the road that killed me. These stupid cult members. They were mad that well, it looks like the end, boys. Though I faced the horde and accepted defeat. We had a nice run. I salute you. Hopefully Kim could survive, but I could not. 2 months, 6 days, 16 hours. Almost 4,000 zombies killed. The road was too hard, though. Maybe, just maybe if I made better decisions, if I wasn't greedy, if I didn't leave that farmer guy and that Jacob guy, maybe they could have helped me. If anything has taught me, I learned anything from this experience. I learned, don't be a moron, and the road is better off with friends. Jake Zomboid is just better off with friends. Should've got a friend. Look out. Thought Kim would do it, but she didn't do it. Well, boys, it's been a long time, long journey. Nice having you here. This is the end. Maybe we'll see each other again. Good day, good evening, and good night. Bye-bye.